Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Star Wars Toy Talk and live chat. A little bit of an impromptu one, as we don't usually stream on weekdays, but it's the silly season. Christmas is upon us, and so the schedule is getting rammed solid because, yay, socializing. And so, yeah, bit of an impromptu one tonight. So we do appreciate if you are joining us live. We do have some people in the chat with us. Mr. Stormtrooper Davis is on board. Good evening, sir. We also have Courtney's Cantina with us. Good evening, all. Hope everyone is doing well on this fine Wednesday. I'd be doing a lot better if it was Friday. And Landspeeder Luke is with us as well. So let's cut down to brass tacks because we are here tonight, gathered here today to talk about our top 5 Black Series figures of 2025, because I think it's safe to say 2025 has been a banner year for the Black Series. Arguably, the best figures in the line have been released over the last 12 months. And so it only seemed fitting because this is the first time we've done one of these. Usually our live content consists of wish lists and what we want to see rather than what we have seen. But it only felt right this year of all years to get together and discuss the greatness that has been Black Series 6-inch in 2025. Before we do that, we have got a little bit of speculation to cover first because our good friend James, Mr. RoboQuiff Collects, he was recently a guest over on Out of the Basement on their Lazy Sunday live stream.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
During that stream, a certain Brandon was in the chat, a certain Hero Collections, and he dropped a tasty little tidbit for us. So, James, the floor is yours, mate. Just as a recap, let's touch on that stream and what you guys discussed, and ultimately, what did Brandon tease for us?
Well, I'd love to tell you what date it's going to be on, but I've actually forgotten. It's a great start. Was it December the 6th? I don't know. I can't remember.
4th. December 4th.
There we go.
December the 6th is our Star Wars Toy Talk
That's
Live
it.
holiday special.
Yeah.
Cheeky plug.
See, I knew it was something important on the 6th. Yeah. So on the 4th, I think there's going to be a fan stream or some sort of a reveal. Definitely not a pink Ewok, confirmed. Thank you.
Thank God.
Yeah, it was a good stream though. You know, I've watched the guys in Out of the Basement for some years now. Whenever I'm pottering about in the collection room and tidying my figures away and all that good stuff, you know, posing them. Normally if I'm not watching them live, which I've started to do over the last few years, I've just got them going in the background. I'll love listening to what the community thinks about different things. So it's just something good to watch. So it was really nice to be on, really nice to get to talk to the lads properly, albeit through, a digital screen. But no, it was good fun. Spoke about a few news-related things. The AliExpress ATRT was a popular discussion topic, to be sure. And then they asked me a few bits, what I do in regards to my collection and how I got into the whole action figure crack industry. So good stuff. I was very grateful to the live chat, and they embraced me. They were very kind, and yeah, I'm a bit overwhelmed the last few weeks. To be fair, everybody's been so nice, and it's been fun. I'm having a great time.
Good to hear, mate. I mean, to be
You
fair,
looked it, mate.
You have been pumping the content out as well. You've been putting me and Dan to shame.
I've been having a go on, so.
But no, I'm glad it was good. But yeah, like I said, Brandon dropped in the live chat while you guys were talking about a possible reveal on December the 4th. So I think we got a few.
He said it was a redo of a 2019 figure. So we naturally then sat there, and the guys got up a list of all the Black Series figures released in 2019, and we proceeded to read through it. My money's on version 1 Mandalorian. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's where my mind instantly went as well, because I was just thinking of all the stuff that came out in 2019 and sort of like, I mean, it was towards the end of the year, but a lot of the stuff was obviously like Fallen Order focused and Rise of Skywalker based, and so I can't really imagine. I mean, Hasbro are pumping Jedi Fallen Order stuff out like it's going out of fashion, but I can't imagine it being anything that's, you know,
No, I don't think so. It'd be
I can't
nice to
imagine it being
see
sequel.
Trilla with an actual unhelmeted head, the Inquisitor from that game, but I think that boat has sailed since she's had 2 releases now.
Yeah.
I just think it's going to be Mando, and he's going to have the toe articulation. I think that figure is a prime candidate. There was a take for my Boba Fett review, which I didn't use because I went off the rails, or the dog came in and decided to make a noise, where I actually, said that I think that figure, that's got to have the toe articulation. All them first looks that we had, all the posters, he's doing that iconic Western style walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit, my mind instantly went straight to Mando, the OG Mando, the Durasteel Mando.
Don't say that word to me, Steve.
Sorry. But as Seth has pointed out in the chat,
ooh,
if it
That's
isn't
that.
at this
That was
point
the one
now,
I was thinking.
I forgot all about Grievous.
I'd forgotten about Grievous because I don't know why I'd got it in my head that Grievous was 2018. I don't know why I thought that. Time is an illusion. I've lost all concept of what day, month, year it is. So I honestly thought Grievous was older than that. But I really now hope that it is, because I think, given the fact that we're going through all these characters that we've had and we're getting these really, really good redos, Grievous is crying out for an update, and I would die. I would absolutely die.
He is one thought away from falling over on my shelf. He's so loose.
When Brandon said that, it took me right back to 2019, because Grievous was the one that sent me down the rabbit hole of buying prequel trilogy characters.
I remember.
Because all along I was saying, I'm not going to do prequels. Not going to do that. And then I saw Grievous, I'm like, oh, here we go. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's funny timing, because like the comments just said, SH Figure Arts Grievous, I think he's supposed to drop end of this week, next week.
Yeah.
What date are we on? 26th? Friday, maybe. So I've read, I don't know, but that's some hefty competition.
Well, touching on that's funny that you should mention SH Figure Arts, isn't it? Given
I forgot about this. I've been dying.
I was going to save it. I was going to save it because I was going to prep. I was going to prep slides for the holiday special, because I don't know what the agenda hasn't come together for that stream yet, other than things that Dan will touch on probably towards the end of this stream. But I was going to prep slides for those SH Figure Arts figures, because I thought we really need to talk about them, given I think one of the talking points you brought up on the stream with Brandon and Eric a couple of weeks ago, James, like, say it,
well,
what's the saying? Build it and they will come. Like, ask for
yeah,
a company will do it instead.
It wasn't actually when we were live, I don't think. It was when we were just sort of having a natter backstage. And I just said to Brandon, come on, fully animated Clone Wars figures, is there ever a chance? And he said, well, do you think you're the only one that wants them? It's like, so like you've said, build it and they will come. But it's been a different company that's picked that gauntlet up off the floor. And to be honest, as cool as, 6-inch figures from Hasbro would be in the animated style, looking at all the different anime-based products that Bandai put out, I think it's in the right place.
Yeah,
I'm very excited.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, Star Action Figures over here in the UK have just started to stock SH Figure Arts, and I'm really hoping that Star Wars is on the way. At the minute, there's no Star Wars figures up on the site, but oh man, that's a rabbit hole I am willing to jump down. If
I just hope it doesn't stop at those 3. You can't take the Clone Wars license on and not do clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. JCC 22222222224 is with us in the chat. 3 3/4 inch budget line should all be Clone Wars animated style. Don't care if they're like the OGs with no knees or wrists. They'd be printing money. I am right there with you in the trenches, Adam. I absolutely agree. I would love. I don't know whether animated would fit in Black Series. I think I'm happy with Black Series being like the realistic style stuff, but I think in 3 3/4 inch to see a revival, and I think part of that is nostalgia, but to see that line resurrected,
I want nothing more, mate. I want nothing more. Like these 6-inch ones, these Figure Arts ones, they're great, but I want nothing more. All this talk about Hasbro 375, what new licenses would you like to see in the world building scale? Fucking none. Finish what you started first. Thank you very much. 10,000 backers for a Tron HasLab. I'm not convinced 10,000 Tron fans exist, but I know more than 10,000 Clone Wars fans do.
I mean, the man tells no lies.
Yeah, no one showed up to the grid, did they?
I didn't realise how bad it was. I didn't realise how bad it was when I checked in on it the other day when I think it was Steve Evans who posted on Instagram about it not reaching. No, it didn't reach full backing, and then I looked and it was like, yeah, it just scraped 10%.
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it?
Wow,
it was a real crawl.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah. That was an eye opener.
It now makes me wonder. Sorry, just to touch base on that, because they said they're going to do Tron Legacy figures for next year. How's that going to look? Because that's not had a decent backing.
It's going to look very. If they make it to brick and mortar, very warm out there.
Yeah, straight to discount.
That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, like that's next year's. What are they referring to it over in the States as? Roscon. That's Roscon 2026 sorted. So it's nice that they're helping to keep other retailers in business at least. Speaking of failed plus items, have you guys taken advantage of any of the offerings in the Star Action Figures clear out sale?
I've thought about it, but I'm going to wait until we've got the weekend behind us.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, because I think I'm going to be a broke boy.
I was gonna do the same, but
we know, mate. You sent us a screenshot of your basket yesterday.
That was it. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I was like, do you know what? Balls to it. I bought a TVC item. Like, shock
hey,
stop the press.
You're not the only one, mate. I was very close on Pulse.
Mate, do you know what? I saw it and I just thought, like, that is not a bad price. And in fairness, I wanted that set. The set that we're referring to, by the way, is the Journey of Anakin Skywalker special action figure set from the Vintage Collection. Yep. I wanted that set when it got revealed, but like I've said, I'm banging the drum constantly at the minute. I'm pretty much out of TVC collecting for the most part. I'll still cherry pick now and again, but for the most part, I don't pick it up. But that set, it was something that I really wanted because in my collection, I've got like a little inadvertent Vader focus going on. I've got like a 1/1 scale helmet. I've got a couple of pops, busts, all that sort of thing. But behind it, I thought, what can I use as the perfect backing piece for this? And because Dr. Aphra and her droids have got the connection to Vader, I thought, I'll use that. I'll pop that behind the focus. And then when this set dropped on Star Action last night, I thought, do you know what? That's going to look even better. So fuck it, for 20 quid.
20 quid.
Can't go wrong.
Why not? And then because I haven't got him yet either, which I nearly gave James a heart attack with last night, I picked up Sebulba for $6.95 as well. But I'll tell you what, like it's what I said to you last night, James. Like I'm all about that figure. I love the engineering. I love the paint. I love the fact that we've got it in the Black series. But there's just that little voice at the back of my head. There's that Babu Frick playing with my wires that constantly says, "No, you don't pay full price for small figures." So I thought, I'll wait. It will end up cheaper. And look at that.
You seem to have the best luck with this. Whenever these lightning deals come around, like, you benefit more than either of us. Because I'm the impatient one and I pay full price for everything. I may as well have my pants around my ankles permanently. And then Dan's sort of the middle ground, and Steve, you're just there like,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something really like. Oh, I'm not opening my wallet. I'm not supporting the line. That's aimed at one very specific person who shall remain nameless. But that mentality is just, you know what? Go and boil your head. I'm not made of money. So if you think I'm going to sit there and spend 200 quid on Skeleton Crew figures when they first come out, or wait until clearance and get the full fucking set for less than one Black Series figure, let's have a think what I'm going to do.
It's always about prioritising what matters to you.
This is
and
it.
For the price you're willing to pay, right?
Yeah.
I don't get this whole begrudging people for not paying this or that. If it's worth it to you, you get it for 20 quid. I'd be happier than pigging shit. I really want that free pack because it just looks so freaking good.
Do it.
Oh, I'm probably gonna. It depends what happens this weekend because I'm looking at some 3 3/4 inch stuff and I'm like, bloody hell, Dan.
I know. This is the thing. I mean,
pants pulled down.
this weekend is going to be, I've got a sneaky feeling it's going to be 3 3/4 inch heavy.
It bloody is.
Because the three of us on Saturday, we're off to a brand new store. So another little plug. If you guys are in the north of England, if you fancy a trip to Barnsley this weekend, Barnsley, then there is a store opening by the name of The Bunker. If you head over to Netflix on TikTok, he's already pumping the content out of the store. 2 floors of Star Wars goodness, and it's everything from vintage to modern to books to plush toys, statues, everything you can possibly think of is there. And we're heading down for the grand opening. So if you're in the Barnsley area, then be sure to pop down, and we'll pop if I have foresight, I will pop all the details down in the video description. But I've been posting about it on Instagram. Details are all over there. So yeah, should be pretty fun. And then we're going to take James to a proper Forbidden Planet.
Oh yes,
with actual toys on the shelf.
This is it. An actual pop wall. I bet you can't wait for that.
Oh.
What are they going to do if Funko go bust?
Landfill.
Can you imagine? No, I mean, like, what's that space going to get dedicated to in store?
Oh, dear me. Something else that's boring and redundant.
It'll be all right. They'll still be there for a while because no one's going to buy them. It's like,
hey now.
Oh,
I don't have a cabinet full of inbox pop vinyls. Leave me alone.
Hey, but you cherry pick. You don't have a Spunko Pop wall.
Or 12 backpacks on a shelf.
Yeah.
JCC2224. Is this you getting your own back for me saying too many twos? Because that accent is not mine. That not funny I got school video is not my accent. That's a Liverpool accent, not a Yorkshire accent. What you doing? How dare you?
Hey, lad! Hey!
Oh, that's not funny. Has he drawn on my face? Oh, dear. You can tell it's a weekday, can't you? Because there is no structure to this at all.
Nah.
No.
Shall we get into some top 5? In fact, before we do that, shall we talk about some honourable mentions? Let's get into some Black Series. We've talked enough about 3 3/4 inch. Let's get that in the bin until the weekend. Let's talk about some Black Series. So, yeah, like I said, we've got together tonight. We've put together our list of. I played with the idea of doing a top 10, but I didn't want to be here for 3 hours. So we've refined it to a nice tidy 5. But I mean, Dan, you sent a list of honourable mentions as long as your arm.
I've just been gushing this year because
I was just about to say, let's go around the room. We'll start with you, Dan.
Yeah.
Like, let's just talk about the Black Series in 2025 in general, because, like I said, it's been a absolutely top year for it. Some of the best figures in the line have come out of the last
1,000%.
The last 12 months. So let's just get into it. Let's gush. Let's chill. Let's do it.
For me, like, I think even when I've got my picks now, I'm like, oh, but these are like, I'm really glad with the picks I've done, right? But I have this issue where I was looking back at my pictures that I've taken, and I'm like, oh, but that looks so good. Those pictures were better than these ones that I took of these. And it's like, I really struggled to narrow it down as to what my favourites were this year, because they've been all good. There's only been one figure that sticks out in my mind that is the biggest piece of shit. And I have to just get it out of the way. So this isn't an honourable mention. This is an honourable dismention. Moff Gideon in Dark Trooper armor is, watch my review. It is poo. It's poo caca. I was sorely disappointed given how long it took for them to get that made. Hasbro, you could have done better. There was a bit of an L on that one. I don't know if it's just because of my copy. A little bit of a disclaimer there, but for the most part,
it's generally speaking. I mean, I haven't picked it up yet, but just watching your review on it, looking at images, seeing it in person, I'm like, I won't even be buying that on clearance. That's how
you won't hear me say this very often. TVC did it better.
Yep, and I'd agree, even though I don't have it, but looking at it, yeah, 1,000%. There's two figures, though, that I feel I really need to give massive kudos to Hasbro for. And the redos of some that came in the first few waves of Black Series. And that's Han and Chewbacca.
Oh, fair
I think they're really, really good. They're not in my list, bit of a spoiler, but they have to have an honourable mention because they photographed so well. When I was taking pictures, when I was posing them, I just couldn't put them down. They were such good revamps. Again, I always like a few more accessories here and there. So if they actually included a bit more, that would have been cool. But for what they are as improvements, amazing figures.
I'd like to see that Chewie come out, just redone a little for The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Get the different bag on him and just chuck him out again.
Yeah. I think Chewbacca is one of those figures for me where it doesn't even necessarily have to be a massive update for me to pick it up, because Chewbacca fits into that many different displays in the collection. Like, you need one for your Force Awakens setup, you need one for your OT, or you need one for, at least, like, if you're like me and you've got a display for each movie in the saga, then you need pretty much one for every film. So Chewie's, I mean, again, I've not picked him up yet, but I took advantage of some of the Black Friday Amazon deals the other day and finally got around to picking up the updates of Luke and Leia. And now that I've got those, I'm like, I really need Han and Chewie now, because just there was something really cathartic about taking the old Luke and Leia off the shelf and putting the new ones on and looking at how bad those original figures were. And obviously Han and Chewie are even older than those two, so the night and day difference is definitely going to be there. So yeah, I think spends permitting, that might be a Forbidden Planet purchase on Saturday, but we'll see how things go. Any more honourable mentions that you want to touch on, or
I could list so many, but there's one that people have dogged on that I do have to mention, and that's, well, there's two actually. Thinking of it, there's the Magna Guard, which finally got a decent recolor, because I do like the Clone Wars coloration, but for me, the Revenge of the Sith coloration is the one that does me a real Robin de Mundi. But not only that, because it's a great coloration on that figure, but the Commando droid. Loads of people have got some controversial things about that, and the legs. I mean, I don't really fully see it because droid spindly. It's a difficult thing to incorporate into, a figure, and at least a functioning one where you can actually pose it. I think that figure slaps. I think the commando droid slaps. The only thing that would have improved it, again, accessories. They just include the shield from the Citadel episodes. But besides that, I bought two. I was like, this is too cool. I need two of them.
I still need to get one of those. I found it really difficult getting hold of one.
They sold really quick.
Yeah, even the import stock. Because I was on the verge of paying that little bit extra for the import stock from SAF, and even that's out of stock now. And I'm like, damn, I've missed my chance. But you know what? With that figure, like, I really want it because I want to put a spare Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet on it.
Yes.
If you know, you know. Like,
it's
got to be done. It's got to be done.
I've got one. Oh my god, I've got one downstairs because I was doing a custom that's now been botched. But yes, I now have a use for that. I've spent 18 quid for a reason.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Later. Send pics. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make that a mission. I'm gonna have to jump on that one at some point if I can find it. But yeah,
maybe there'll be one on Saturday, mate.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, there's some absolute treasure by the looks of things hiding at bunker. So fingers crossed. Keep an eye out. James, what about you, mate? Honourable mention wise, or like thoughts towards the Black Series so far?
Mate, I mean, it's been a mint year. Like really the character selection has been there, the quality, the advancement, and just like the action figure itself. Like you're saying, looking back at the old Han and Chewie, comparing them to the new ones, like sculpting and just engineering for the articulation, it's just night and day. It's like when you get to a certain point collecting a line of figures, you don't think they can advance anymore, but then they do. Because I thought like last year or a couple of years ago, it had probably got to like the best it could get to for a 6-inch figure. What more could you possibly get into it? And I think this year every wave was just slapped like really hard. Like one of me. I mean, I like so many figures. I don't really complain much about figures other than that fucking Moff Gideon because I agree with Dan. It's absolutely terrible. Cassian Andor test pilot outfit is a really, really good one that isn't in my top 5, but I think it's great because when I opened that and saw the likeness, I think I even sent a picture of it to you guys at the time because I imported the wave. I was like, fucking hell, that's just like mini Diego Luna. It's so damn good because they've had so many chances to do a Cassian figure now. Again, I thought, we've seen the best attempt possible with the season 2 version that came out the wave before it, and no, we've just done you one better. So I expect next time that there's a Black Series Cassian figure, it will just be Diego Luna just sat on my shelf, speaking and moving and interacting. Other than that, I like. I said on Out of the Basement, I really like the Jedi Survivor stuff. Like that's filled the shelf for me this year. What was just a couple of repaints and a figure of Cal has now evolved into just a good chunk of the video game in identity when you look at what's available. So that's I think that's what I've had the majority of enjoyment out of this year, to be perfectly honest. Again, I think fan channels are firing on all cylinders. Those waves, I think they're probably the best, to be honest.
I mean, it's funny that you brought up Jedi Survivor because that's been one of my favourite things to see in Black Series over 2025 is like, almost the evolution of gaming greats and legends and expanded universe characters and, non-movie and TV media characters. Because, think back to the days of like the early publishing line and gaming greats where those figures were at best really cobbled together kit bashers or repaints, and it was like, okay, they're trying to show a little bit of love to the expanded universe and to the gaming stuff, but it's not really. You can tell it's not a priority. They're purely doing it just to appease a small audience. But now, Legends and I mean gaming, as you said, James, like even the quality of Fallen Order and Survivor do rely still quite heavily on the repainted troop builders and stuff like that. But even the quality of those and the character selection of those is getting better. And to see new characters introduced into these sublines is just it's such a treat. It's one of the things that I've really enjoyed seeing with Black Series, and I think it's something that started like with figures like Darth Malak and Bastila Shan, where those figures it was like, okay, Gaming Greats is getting new sculpts. All right, now we're cooking, and that has just evolved to a completely different plane that I never thought we'd ever be on in terms of character selection for Black Series. Like, I mean, not to throw spoilers out there, but just based on some of our lists, like character selection, as you guys touched on, is being one of the real selling points of Black Series this year for me. I think the figures themselves have been as good as they are because of the characters that they've decided to do. So, like, kudos to Hasbro on that front. And again, it's something we touched on in the stream with Brandon and Eric. But character selection is key, and it's paying dividends because you make the characters we want. We're going to buy the figures.
It really feels like it's found its footing the past 2 years or so in terms of characters. Because again, Black Series is quite an infant line in respect to 3 3/4 inch. So the fact that they're managing to appease new collectors, existing collectors, and particularly as well, the fill in with new media with some characters like from the Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, but still retaining original classic characters is just I'm amazed. I'm amazed with what they're doing. And I really like the fact that as well, when it comes to some characters, they're saying, no, hold on, we're not going to do this straight away. We're going to take some time on it and we'll get you the best version possible. Yeah. And that's something I think you'll see in my list, particularly with 2 of my choices.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's been one of the things that I've over time become a real advocate for is patience. Because, throughout these wish lists that we've been doing over the past almost 4 years, it's been insane to think that a lot of these figures that we've sat there and said, we really want this, we really want that, we really want the other. And if those characters had come out when we put those wish lists together, I dare say we'd be sat here today going, I want an update of it. But because they're waiting until now to put certain characters out, and because of the leaps and strides that they've made in terms of articulation, overall engineering, photoreal, now we're getting into the stage of accessories are becoming a massive improvement on the figures as well. It's like, I'm more than happy to, it's like going back to Kyle Katarn, for example, like my all-time boy, my Chad, like, if that figure had have come out in 2018, it'd have been a Han Solo kit bash with it'd have just been something so underwhelming by today's standards that I'm happy that I've waited till 2025 for it to come because it's awesome. It's the best possible version of it.
Greats line 5 years ago, it'd have been a crock of shite, wouldn't it?
That's what I mean. So I think it's paid in a lot of instances to wait for a lot of these figures to come out now because they're doing the best work with the line, and like I said, it's paying dividends for everybody because Hasbro are doing the best work. The community is seeing that. Again, the character selection is absolutely on point, and it's just good. It can only get better. It can only get better. And I'm really, really excited to see what 2026 and 27 have to offer. So, but in terms of my honourable mentions, I've got a couple. Because spoiler alert, one of my top 5 is a deluxe, but it's not that deluxe. So SM33 has got to be on there as an honourable mention, purely as a feat of engineering, as an action figure. It's so damn good. it's really well put together. Like the fact that he's got all the hydraulic movement, he's got like his head pops in half, and you've got all the wires down the back. That's how you do cables properly, by the way, Hasbro, and not snapping them. Take notes, Django Fett. But like paintwork, detail, accessories, everything about that figure is what deluxe should be. And I can't believe I waited as long as I did to actually pick it up, but it was purely off the back of that stream we did with Hasbro, where I think, Dan, you mentioned it, and then Eric went into detail about the development process of that figure. And I was like, just sitting there listening to him and thinking, because of the passion and love that he's quite clearly poured into this figure, I really need it. And I really want it. And it
translated completely. Yeah.
So good. I mean, to be fair, the whole Skeleton Crew lineup has to be commended. Like, I know a lot of people slept on them. I know a lot of people thought, I don't want a bunch of kids in my collection. Like, blah, blah. Tat. Modern media tat. Which I was guilty of originally. I was like, do you know what? I loved the show, but not enough to warrant shelf space to the characters. But again, going back to that sale that was going on at Star Action Figures, decided to pick them up. And after opening them up, really underrated figures. Yeah. Really, really underrated figure. Yeah. The sculpts are fantastic. The paint details. The one that stood out for me that was probably like I have probably up until owning them, I have never cared less for characters in my Black Series collection than I have for the Skeleton Crew gang. But those kids are so well made. Neil speaks for himself. But the one that really stood out to me was Fern, because the little decals on her jacket and stuff, the little patches, so well done. So well done. Excuse me, I made up with man flu. But, man, so good. So good. I'm just trying to think what else has really stood out to me this year. Because Skeleton Crew figures were 2025, right? Early 2025.
No, tail end of 24. They were actually street dated for.
Wrap everything I've just said. They're shit figures. No, they're not. They're still good.
You picked them up this year, mate. So it's perfectly warranted.
They're in 2025 honourable mention bracket, but yeah, they're really, really good. I mean, Brutus speaks for himself as well. I just really like those figures a lot more than I thought I would. But I think when it in terms of actual honourable mentions, ones that didn't make the cut but were very, very close, Commander Cody's up there. Just again on that redo standpoint, like that figure is so good. Here it comes.
Just
no, it's fine. It's fine. Context. We've got context.
Just on that sexy fucking card as well. Jesus Christ, that does me a sex wee.
That was just like. That was just like a compilation of everything that is right about Star Wars for me. It was the perfect redo. It's a bloody brilliant figure, great accessories, and beautiful packaging. And I was so happy to pick it up and rip it open.
And
put it on the shelf because it is so good. It really is. I mean, all the clones in 2025 are just mwah, because they use that absolutely beautiful new sculpt. So even Commander Bakara, which has its detractors, but I absolutely love it because I love the character. I love the design. So to see it as a figure is really cool. I'm just trying to
think.
Commander
Gail Platt.
Gail Platt. Where did you pick that one up from, Dan? Forbidden Planet London?
Yeah.
London?
Did I?
No. Coronation Street joke. It's gone over
your head. Oh, right. Sorry, that was my autism. Hey, everyone. You got autism?
He's got a reason now, guys. So, in case you were wondering.
But, yeah, I was a bit slow on that one, Chief. Sorry there.
That's all right. I'll forgive you. It was a poor joke, to be fair. And only a small crowd of people.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Gail Platt, that's Coronation Street. That's set in Manchester, isn't it?
Yeah, but there's that joke, isn't there? Hadn't you seen the compilation reel?
No.
What the fuck has their stream descended
Yeah,
to?
what is this?
Fucking
What?
Coronation Street.
Bloody hell! What?
Oh mate, come on! As if it's not the compilation reel from Coronation Street, where like everybody's like, whenever anybody comes into a shop or a house and says, "Oh, I'm moving to London," like the northern person in the room,
Oh,
mild heart attack.
yeah.
Like, London, enough Coronation Street talk. What the fuck are we doing? Like,
Come on, Hasbro, get me a Gale Platt made.
but to
Fred
the point,
Elliott.
Commander
That's
John.
it. Fred
It's
Elliott.
Gale, yeah, I thought it was Gale, not Gale. I can't pronounce words.
It's supposedly Gale.
All right,
I don't know why, but
Commander Gale, Lieutenant Gale Platt reporting for duty. Awesome figure.
So good.
Oh, oh, oh! He's doing it again.
He's
doing
back.
it again.
Brandon's back doing his Brandon thing.
Doing them teasings.
Oh.
Oh, now we're going to have to spend more time speculating and not actually talking list.
Well, see, who could it be?
You bad boy. You're going to get us all rubbing the Mondays. Yeah, I've completely lost my train of thought because my brain is on a train to London.
Mine's thinking about
honorable
clone
mention-
troopers.
We're going to get into picks because this is descending. Dan, we'll start with you, mate, and your number 5 pick because
Go on, then.
what I wanted to say about your, because we some of us have figures to hand, some of us don't. So we've got slides.
Yeah.
So Dan, your first pick is not on screen because I've not got rid of the video because I'm an absolute tech menace. There we go.
Here we go. Oh,
Bish bash
there
bosh.
it is.
Yeah. I've prepared slides for you, Mr. East 1000, because I thought we'd take this opportunity to talk about your toy photography as well.
Yeah, to be fair, this year I've been really trying to improve me figgy photography game. I'm shit at posing. I'm gonna just put it out there. So some of my posing's a bit junk. So if you want to tell me how to improve it, I'm here for it. If you want to tell me how to improve lighting, I'm here for it. I am, even though I studied photography, I am but a Padawan learner. So I'm getting back into it.
You've got the perfect chap in the chat to
Sensei. Yeah, definitely Mr. Stormtrooper Davis, huge inspiration, great guy to chat to as well when we had him on the stream. We definitely need him back on. Yeah. But just go back to the figgy though. Yeah, Prince he's this was one that I've really, really wanted, and I never got the 3 3/4 inch version, shockingly, as much as I love the comic packs. So to get this in the glorious 6 inches, as sublime as it is just a joy. The fabrics they used, it's the color, how regal he looks, and again, all the articulations there that you could possibly want, and it's not sacrificed in any way, particularly with the plastic kind of skirt that he's got. And something I really loved was the fact that there's a bit of a Power of the Force 2 nod to him with his little leggies. Because I've got him to hand here anyway. What am I doing? Could show you, lazy get. Yeah, you've got his little sand boots, which he does have on his Power of the Force 2 figure, which I love that they've done that. Because they could have just done that as like a pair of boots. You wouldn't have really noticed, but then look at his back. Got that reptilian back.
What I love so much about those boots, Dan, is they could have easily just reused the New Hope Luke legs.
Yeah.
But they did them as a unique sculpt.
And the staff as well. And I love the posing on the hand.
Yeah.
The little gesture.
That's it. I mean, one of the things I always touch on in my reviews is shelf presence. How well a figure displays on shelf and like how much of a talking point that figure becomes. and I think Shizo's like top of my list for that reason. He's not number one on my list, but he's on there. I think, yeah. Oh, I can't believe I didn't touch on him as an honorable mention. To be fair, we got talking about Coronation Street too much instead. But yeah, Shizo, like, honorable mention for me for definite, because this was the start of it for me, because it was like, okay, a lot of people coin Sebulba as being the nothing is off limits gateway figure, but for me it's Shizo, because oh man,
Same.
not only did we get this figure, but it was when that product description dropped as well on Hasbro Pulse that, oh, but wait, there's more, because Luke is coming, Leia's coming, and Dash Rendar is coming. I was like, wait a minute. So the fact that those floodgates were opened, like, ah, man, it's a fever dream to see figures like this in Black Series. Do you know what I mean?
It's really exciting. And then, of course, we did get Dash. And it was a real toss between Shizo and Dash for me, because they're both characters I really want. So it's a dream to actually have them in the same year be made. Yeah, I really hope we get more Shadows of the Empire stuff. Particularly, just one little request: redo IG-88 and put him on a Shadows of the Empire card, and I'll be happy as a pig in muck. Because, oh, Captain Render, so good.
I need to go back and play that game.
Yeah, man, it's
so good.
What a figure, though. It's just it's brilliant. Sculpting details, just perfect.
It's one of those things as well that I touched on when we talked to Brandon and Eric about like the likenesses. I love it when Hasbro are able to craft a likeness for a character that's never been portrayed in live action.
Yes.
And get it so right. And I love that, like, going back to that stream we did with those guys, Eric touched on the Jaina Solo figure that they did a few years back. To this day, still one of my all-time favourite head sculpts, because it doesn't use photoreal, but it's just so well crafted. And Shizo, Dash Rendar, Joruus C'baoth, like, all characters like that just speak to me from a design perspective, because it's just mad to see how well these likenesses come about and how good they look when they've never been portrayed by an actual actor, by a physical actor. And Shizo he just looks so good. So good. And I'm really glad that they went with plastic robes for this guy as well. Textured plastic robes.
Yeah.
Here's looking at you, Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. who, surprisingly enough, I don't think made any of our lists.
No.
But Shizo, bow down to the prince.
Oh my god. Just perfect.
Brilliant figure. Can't argue with that choice, mate.
Thank you.
James, shall we move on to you, my friend, in your number 5?
Yeah, Luminara. This was... I had to think about this because I wanted to include one of the Attack of the Clones Jedi in my list, because I think they're all just stupendously good. You know, and they're all like really, really important additions to the line this year. And I think Barris is kind of my favourite because character bias, but I think Luminara does what all the figures out of those three do. So you got Shakti, Barris, and Luminara. I think Luminara does everything that they bring to the table the best. So I think Shakti's got a really good detail and sculpt, but I think the soft goods robe just could have been a little bit better. Yeah. And then on Barris, the cape, it's very manageable, but it is quite poofy. But then you've got Luminara, and I can't fault it. Everything's just perfect on it, even down to the small gold highlights at the base of the lightsaber hilt. Tiny little details like that. Soft goods are great. The headdress is great. I don't know, man. Like, it's just so damn good. like it's the golden standard for Jedi figures, in my opinion. They all need to be like this. And you know what? I don't mind that it reuses them janky legs as well.
Yeah.
Because
You
you
don't see 'em.
can't see them, and you know they've got proper feet and they stand. I saw a lot of people actually saying this one, Barris, Shakti, bit difficult to stand. No, they're not. They actually move the joints
Fine.
and figure out what balance is. Please discover it, because they can stand up and they're really great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is just going to be another one of these streams, and I'm gushing over things. But I think it's warranted today more than any other. And this is, although it's number 5 on the list, it should by no means detract from how good the figure is. And
No.
I just think it's very good.
It's brilliant. It's really good. It's another one of those as well, where when it got revealed, it was like, holy cow, they're doing those guys now. So again, it's just like I've said it at the start of the stream. I'll say it again. 2025 has been the year of character selection, and they're and a testament to how good these figures are the characters that they're based on. And I really like Luminara as well, and I was so on the fence about adding her to my list because I love the ornate detailing. I just love how delicate this figure is. Like everything about it is so intricately done. Like the stitching on the headdress, like you said, James, all the gold details on the gauntlets and on the panel down the front of the robes. Like everything is so immaculately done. And
the skirt as well being a different material to the robe.
Yes. Yeah.
So much depth,
so well done.
I think, in these new Jedi figures, in all the Black Series figures that we've seen this year, to be fair, but so much depth in the Jedi figures, like you were saying with Barris as well. She's got the textured cape. You know, it's printed, but it's still textured. You know, awesome stuff from the Jedi figures. And Shakti, I know you said that Luminara is the one that does the best what all three of those figures does, but Shakti can't be overlooked because the detail on that figure as well is really
yeah,
good.
the head sculpt on that is just, it's like it's ripped out of the movie. Like for the longest time, until I had a bit of a reshuffle, when that fan channel wave dropped, I had Shakti on the Revenge of the Sith shelf, because every time I looked at it, I could literally just see that deleted scene in my mind. It was just that good.
I mean, Luminara as well, to be fair, like the likenesses of those two figures, arguably, quite easily in the top 5 head sculpts of all time for Black Series.
Yeah.
Because they're just so well done. Like I said, there's just so much depth in them. And I mean, like the eyes on Shakti, especially, like really piercing. Like something almost unsettling about him. But yeah, just the Jedi figures have absolutely been smashed out of the park this year. They really have, and that will become apparent with some of our later picks. But no, absolutely superb figure, great choice. A little bit biased because I was there when it got revealed, but
just to touch base as well, though, it does kind of go back to what we said in terms of being patient. If we got this figure back when it first came out, those details, those regal details you've got, were just not going to be as pin sharp as they are here. And yeah, I'm really glad that we held off. We finally got it in this quality. No, man, good choice.
Speaking of holding off, that brings us to my number 5 pick. And in terms of holding off, in terms of waiting, this one felt like we waited forever. But it came. It saw and it conquered. And it was Mr.
Yes.
I had to. You know what? Like I said at the start of the stream, I very, very, very nearly picked SM33 because I wanted to add a deluxe figure to the list because there have been some absolutely banging deluxe figures this year. I mean, James touched on it while we were off air that Kel Naka is a standout figure in the line as well from
Yeah.
this year. SM33 is a feat of engineering, but I have to bring this one back to character selection because it's Savage Opress. It's arguably one of the most asked for characters in the line, and it absolutely slaps. Like head sculpt, accessories. I mean, if you can overlook the lightsaber hilt, which I know is one of those instances that a lot of people have a grievance about with, it not being painted and just cast in that really, I'm going to say it, boring grey plastic with not a great deal of painted detail going on. I'm more like, take that away. Does the rest of the figure not make up for it? Look at him. He's chunky as out. He's massive. It's just a beautifully done figure. Like the head sculpt, again, going back to what we said about Shizo, never been portrayed by a live action actor, but that head sculpt is just, it blurs the line between live action and animation, in my opinion. But it still has that same level of depth. The armor is absolutely incredible. The weapon is fantastic. What you were saying, Dan, about Shizo with the hands, like I love the neutral posing on the hands.
Yeah.
Ball jointed wrists, which again is another thing in 2025 I think has been absolutely welcome. Instead of the hinges, I love that. I am blinded by character selection with this one, but at the same time, the design and the overall execution of this figure is just absolutely on the money. And I'm so happy to have this one in my collection. And now I really want a topless one.
To be honest, they could re-release this one again with the robot arm and
Yeah.
cut off
and I'd buy
forearm.
it.
I'd
I
like
was
it.
just
I'd like
about to say
all
the same,
versions. All the versions.
Yeah, I'd buy it. But it's superb. It really, really is. It's one of those figures where, I know we touched on it in jest at the start of the stream with sales and waiting for clearance and discounts and all that sort of stuff. But if I think a figure's worth full price, I'm going to pay the full price. And I think I picked this one up while I was out with you guys when we went to Liverpool Comic Con. I grabbed it at Forbidden Planet, and it's like,
Yes,
I
you
want this
did,
figure that bad. I don't care how much it costs because I want it in the collection. Do you know what I mean? I'm not bothered. I need it.
The only thing I would have loved to see with this guy, now besides the robot arm and another head sculpt, I think that would have just taken it over deluxe to a point. You sort of cramming a bit too much in there. So I get that that's not the case. I just really would have loved to have that necklace that he has when he's tracking Maul down. Yeah, that's just what that would have just set it off perfect for me. But it's one of them.
Yeah, I think this would have been an ideal candidate for an alternate head sculpt. That's one of the things I'd really love to see more of in Black Series, and we're starting to see it with like exclusives and stuff. But like more expressive head sculpts. Like I love the head sculpts that we got in the Comic Con exclusive set with Anakin and Obi-Wan. I love the slightly more expressive head sculpt on the clone of Luke from the Last Command set.
Yeah.
The Mace Windu head sculpt, for example, that's come with the new 2-pack. Like I love
Star
the
Killer
idea
as well.
like new like different expressions, just to add that, because we talk about shelf presence, but to really hammer it home, like different expressions would go so far. And I think this figure would have been amazing with like with the teeth showing and like a really fucker, like an horrible.
Like the Hot Toys one. The Hot Toys have got that sort of snarl that he does.
Yeah, I'd have loved to have seen that, but that is not a detriment to the figure. Those are just things that I think would have made it even better. It would have leveled it up.
We're all greedy sods.
I know, this is it. I can't talk about why I love a figure so much without adding to it, but it is. It's just an absolute work of art. It's a beautifully done figure. Like I was worried about this one coming to the Black Series because I thought it is one of those characters where we've never even seen a live action 3 3/4 inch figure of this in TVC. So I was a little bit worried and a little bit skeptical that, is it going to look good in Black Series? Because we've only ever seen it either as an animated model or as an animated style figure.
Yeah.
So what's it going to look like as a live action interpretation in 6-inch form? But it did not disappoint. It hit and ticked all the boxes, and it just looks so good. I love the weathering on the armor as well. Like, it's just that level of quality has just been, for the most part, consistent throughout the entire Black Series line in 2025. And this figure, like, is one of the, I think this is like the benchmark for deluxe.
Yeah.
You know, SM33 engineering wise is incredible, but in terms of what a figure should be and what it brings to the shelf, this is the definitive, like, the definition of it.
It's almost like the Darth Malgus we got.
Yeah,
I think was it last year?
Yeah, same level.
That has presence. Yeah, so this definitely follows suit with that.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great comparison.
Yeah, I'm a bit gutted I didn't choose this one in my list now, but then again, I've gone for a different approach with mine. So no, I dig it, dude. It's a good choice.
It's dope. It's really good. While we're on that, then Dan, let's go to number 4. And we'll touch on your 4th pick.
I had to go for Zabulba because, again, my whole approach with this has been in an engineering standpoint for the most part. And I was when obviously you were at Comic-Con and had that announcement revealing it, dream come true, because it's such a weird. The fact that I don't have a Phantom Menace Zabulba to hand, but I always thought if they were going to do a Black Series one, it would not have that much articulation. It would be essentially a statue, maybe a few swivels. But the fact that they managed to, thank you very much. the fact that they managed to put so much articulation into this guy, so you can really get him posed up. And as I've kind of shown here, like, really get him to wrap his hand around Jar Jar's neck. Oh my God.
It is a fucking good picture, mate.
It really is.
I'm going to say, Juta, chest goes to Bulba. Oh, man, that's so good. I definitely watched your review. I must have just missed that.
It's because I were boring you with me waffling, mate, while it came on screen.
No, don't be daft, mate. Don't be daft.
But no, it's the level of detail, like the little braids on his little tentacles and the sculpt. It's the level of sculpting and the color transition as well. That was a big thing with Jar Jar, where you can see that color fade. But with Zabulba, it's really, really intricate, and the fact that you can balance him as well on his hind legs.
That was the thing that stood out the most to me when we revealed this one at Comic-Con. I was like, okay, but what's this going to look like out of the box, and how's it going to stand? And when Chris was talking about the development process of this one, saying we had to make his feet a little bit bigger than how they actually appear, just to ensure that balance was brought in. It, like, you don't notice it. You don't notice that aesthetic, discrepancy, because it just, like, I could not believe when I got this out of the box and in hand, stood it on the booth at Hasbro. I couldn't believe how well it stood and how well it's articulated. And I think this is, like, if this one doesn't win the Out of the Basement poll for best articulation, because I voted for this one, like, every single figure in Black Series in 2025 has been absolutely incredibly articulated. But as, like you said, Dan, as just a feat of engineering, this one takes the prize for best articulation because it's just so well done.
Yeah.
It undoubtedly makes the Phantom Menace shelf as well, because until we got Zabulba, it's very much a final act shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, just going on with that posing of the hand, there's so much stuff you can do with it, because obviously you can have him gesturing like he's celebrating that he's won, or even when I always remember watching Phantom Menace, it's him just doing the little adjustment with his goggles, like,
yes.
like that. Like, yeah, you can even do that if you really put some effort into some posing. It's just the helmet as well, like the helmet with the goggles. You can take that off.
You wouldn't see this thing get a banana visor.
No. God, could you imagine? Jeez, like this little chainmail there.
Yeah, it's so
my
good.
God. Yeah,
It's so
there you
good,
go.
and it comes
This
with all the right accessories as well. Like I love.
clap
I don't know.
frog.
There's something about that inclusion of that frog that I love so much versus the more logical inclusion of, say, a wrench.
Yeah,
Like I love the ridiculousness of it.
it's just so good. This is one that I can't. Once I've got him in hand, I can't put down because you just start getting him in loads of weird poses. I just wonder if they'll make a pod racer. Come on.
We need Watto now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, just based on that, it's going to be amazing, surely.
Oh my God. Posable wings.
It set the standard as well for smaller figures. I mean, I know I joked at the start of the stream that I've still got the voice, attacking me saying you shouldn't pay the same price for a full-sized human that you pay for a small figure like an Ewok or a Sebulba or a Jawa, but I think like this is probably the exception to the rule because it sets the standard for what smaller figures should be. Like if Watto is anywhere near this good, anywhere near this well accessorized and articulated and painted, then Hasbro are onto a winner.
Yeah.
So good. So good. That leads us quite well into James's fourth pick because speaking of figures, in fact, I'm going to spoiler alert because James, we've picked the same figure in the number 4 slot. So
have we?
let you. We have. I'll let you take the floor first. But yeah, talking about figures we can't put down.
Yeah, I would have liked to have put him higher, to be honest, but other figures just, for me personally, seem to overtake him. But I mean, what a figure! Like, so much to get into because it truly is like definitive. When somebody says definitive, you want it to come with everything possible and not just a sticker sheet for gunship nose art. Anyway, you've got the different head, you've got the gauntlet that comes off, every version of his lightsaber, his big fluffy trousers. I just think it's fantastic. The likeness on it's great.
It just feels like one of those figures where every ounce of love and care and attention went into it.
Yeah.
Paint applications are absolutely incredible. Overall sculpt is absolutely bang on. The inclusion of soft goods is such an inspired choice. I love the flares. I'm here for them.
Definitely better than the vintage one as well.
100%. Because it sets it apart, in my opinion. That's what I love about this figure the most, and that's one of the reasons why I picked it as my fourth pick as well. Because it's just so different and so unusual. It's from a character design standpoint, it's not unlike anything we've never seen in the Star Wars universe before. I'm not going to lie. There's a reason why so many people connected the dots between this guy and the Knights of Ren. But as an action figure, it's so different to what we're used to seeing because you've got, like instead of a removable helmet, you've got the interchangeable head. Like I said, the soft goods trousers are just I want to know who thought of that. I want to know who sat there in that room and said, this is how we've got the figure designed. And the person said, do you know what would make this better? Fabric flares. Like, come on now. I love that choice. I absolutely love it. And what I love about this, out of everything else, is, as Courtney's Canteen has mentioned in the chat, multiple looks in one go. It's 2 figures in one. It's a very, very rare instance of being able to pick up the same figure twice and you instantly get 2 different figures. Because obviously when you've got the stranger as he is, with the mask and the sabers, and just look at him. So damn good. But you've got him with the sabers, you've got him with the cloak, but then remove all that stuff, and you've got, the very meek, I can never pronounce his name, Chimera?
Chimera.
And it's just, it's unreal how well thought out this figure was. And I absolutely love it. So, yeah, it's my number 4 as well, but
I think something, Steve, that I felt was, we got a lot of the Acolyte stuff pretty fast, and it came pretty hard, so we'd more or less got a complete line, minus Kalnaka and the Stranger sort of in hand or scheduled just as the show's wrapping up, which I love. I've said many times, I love getting figures when the media is currently airing, because it just takes me back to being a kid, and it's so exciting. But I think because of the way, the fucking vocal minority handled the show, we sort of just pushed any hope of further characters to the back of our minds. So not only when, bits of this slowly leaked and then we got the official reveal, did it, come as quite a reassuring surprise. I think that added, and then it being amazing on top of that, I think it all just added into the equation. I am really curious to know. I don't think we'll ever get confirmation, but there was a rumor that this guy was part of a further second Acolyte wave, and I do wonder, going off how good this guy was, despite some of the character choices in that alleged wave being not so exciting at face value, would they have still slapped as figures because of the benchmark set by this one?
Torbin.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there. I really wish we'd got Torbin.
Yeah, I would have finished the shelf off nicely that night. Never mind.
Here's what we could have won. But no, it's just such a, like I said, it boggles the mind a little bit, because this is almost deluxe levels of intricacy in terms of accessories and how it's being put together and stuff. I mean, like, even the lightsaber being able to break up into all those different parts, like, it's just so. I'm just going to use this word. The one word I'm going to use to describe this figure is just inspired, because I just love the way it's been put together, the way it's been engineered, the choices that were made with it, and just like it was like they threw the entire budget for this wave at this figure, because it was just like, right, if we're gonna weather his arms up, we're gonna give him depth in his gauntlet and in his mask, we're just gonna, like, it's either go hard or go home with this figure, and they seriously went hard with it because it's just so good. I felt a bit criminal actually not putting this higher on the list because of all these different factors. Like I said, the thing that just stands out to me the most about it is the 2 figures in one. It's very, very rare that things like that happen nowadays in the action figure line. So to be able to get a figure that you can actually go into a shop, and if they've got 2 of it on the peg, you would pick 2 of the same thing up, but have 2 figures when you get home on your shelf. That is wild to me. It's like it's bringing back TVC Captain Fordo vibes.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In the it comes with all this extra stuff, so that you've essentially got these 2 different versions of the same character. That's why this one's so good for me.
So there's a reason why I'm being quiet on this one, but we'll have to find out about that later. Maybe.
Oh. I kind of want to know now. Or does it tie into another pick?
Oh, it might tie into another pick.
Okay.
Okay, you keep your secrets.
I've just realised, looking through the slide deck, that I'm being very thick.
Is your autism showing?
Yeah. Mate, mine just buries itself. It hides. It
Hey,
hides.
that's a bit of masking there, mate, and that's all good.
Yeah. It's a little bit like the stranger. I'm masking.
Oh,
Wait.
there we go. I got that one.
Number 3.
Number 3.
And I honestly can't believe this wasn't number 1 for you, mate. I'm shook. I am shook.
Fuck me, this is such a good set. I think maybe I'm a little bit salty with it because I did pay over the odds to get my copy. And when I say over the odds, I did pay over the odds. But this one was, when they announced it, I gushed hugely. I was like, I have a mighty need. And I am cheating a little bit here potentially because this is a figure set rather than just one.
Yeah. When I saw you pick this in the group chat, I was like, oh, if I knew we could, then I would have too.
I'm sorry, Dan. I don't want to cut you off, but we just have to cut back to Dan and I's 4th pick because of a comment that's popped up in the chat, and I can't not bring this up.
I wonder if that's why the cloth trousers were thrown around in the meeting.
Hey, do you think
it's a bit cheeky.
No, he hasn't.
He's already looked.
But you know, for science, Steve, for science, I needed to know if he had thigh swivel.
Yeah. All right, James, you keep your secrets.
Hey.
Sorry, Dan, as you were, mate.
No, you're fine, mate. I enjoyed that. A bit of cheeky banter.
Nope. See what you did there.
Oh, there he is. But yeah, this I do admit I am cheating a little bit with this because obviously both of these figures got separate individual releases, but as a box set, as a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I thought the Stranger not Stranger, the Ronin. Sorry, getting mixed up. The Ronin was like peak, comic, like exclusivity we was going to get in Black Series this year. The fact that we got these two, how we kind of pitched it in the live stream that we did was so fortuitous. And to have this set is just amazing. I love the display stands that they come with, the little lava mining droid. You've got the sort of platform as well, so you can really recreate that scene. And all the accessories it comes with are just they heighten already amazing figures. If you get these figures individually, you're gonna have a great time. But getting them in the San Diego Comic-Con set like this was just a treat. Even though I spent over the odds for it, I'm really pleased that I did, because I feel like I'd be gutted if I missed out.
It's another one of those, though, isn't it? It's like we were saying earlier about it's all about perceived value. I think if you think that a set is worth it, you will pay what you think the set is worth. And to be fair, I don't think you've got a bad deal on this one, given the scarcity of this set. Because I mean, you touched on it a minute ago, but distribution aside, this is everything that an exclusive should be.
Yeah.
When put side by side with its mainline releases, because Anakin and Obi-Wan obviously got released in mainline, but what sets this apart as an exclusive really sets it apart to the point where people would double dip and pick up both.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I missed out on this set, but I can guarantee you that I would have picked up both mainline releases and the exclusive set just because it was so masterfully done.
It's just perfect. It's a great exclusive for the convention it was for. It's a great celebration of Revenge of the Sith. I was happy than a pig in shit with this set, and I'm so glad I've got it. It's a great look into what we are potentially going to get with the diorama sets that obviously we've seen with the Luke and Vader. I can't wait to see what else we're going to get in this format in the future.
I think it was a missed opportunity to do the Mace Windu and Palpatine set the way they did.
Yes.
If they'd have saved it for this line and they'd have done the window, with a swap out shattered version, bit of broken glass off of the Chancellor's carpet, I don't know. I would have just rather have had it in plastic than the back of the box,
Yes. Yeah.
I'd love him to do Palpatine's office from his duel with Yoda.
Yeah,
so that you've got
with the Senate chamber pods.
Because I would pose Palpatine flat on his back, legs akimbo.
And you're truly
best scene in Star Wars.
short enough it was.
Love it. It's so good. But man, I'm more than happy with my mainline releases, because that's the thing. Like I was absolutely gutted to miss out on this. Watched it like a hawk on Hasbro Pulse. Missed out every time it was available.
Same here, mate.
But my main one, I can't make bones about it. My main wants were just the figures, so I'm more than happy just to have the figures. But
yeah,
Jesus Christ, what an incredible set!
I can't remember the last time I was yelling at a live stream when it was being revealed.
Same.
Just through being so ecstatic.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
For me twice. I'll give you a clue what the other time was.
Yeah.
It was one of those where it's just they thought everything through. Yeah, Obi-Wan's lightsaber isn't quite accurate, but for me, that's by the by.
Yeah.
Everything else is just really, really well done.
It's the alternate hands and heads as well, isn't it?
Oh,
sabers as well.
Yeah. I got so excited about the fact that they gave us an alternate Obi-Wan head for the fucking fringe. I love that because it's just such a specific detail.
Yep, it's Sweaty Ben. Everybody
so good.
Ben. Yeah, if you need to see like my full thoughts on this thing, because I could say so much.
I was just about to say,
watch my review, because posing these up, taking pictures of them, pain in the ass, but a joy nonetheless when I finally got the shots that I wanted. I'm still going to be a picky bugger with what I've done already, but I was really proud of what I did manage to get.
That's why I was just about to bring up your review on it before you beat me to it, Dan, but that's one of the reasons why, because you sent over a bit of a collage image of all the photos you'd taken of this set, and I really wanted to use it, but I thought, I'm going to make the people work for the money. I'm going to send them to Dan's channel and they can check out the review himself. And I just think I love the shots you've taken of this set, mate. Are absolutely beautiful. Like Dan said, go and check out his review on his channel. There's a link in the video description. Go and give it a watch because it's such a thorough review. But there's just some absolutely masterful photography in there as well. But this shot, I love it. I love it so much. So good. And I mean, honorable mentions as well, talking about those, because Obi-Wan didn't make my list, but what an awesome figure. What an awesome redo. Another one that we've waited so long for and just doesn't disappoint.
They're both just amazing updates, because those other two figures that we got previously, oh my god, they're so janky.
Oh no, you don't realise just how bad they are until you compare them side by side. Just for a bit of fun. Just for a bit of fun, let's do exactly that.
I'm just gonna say, while you get them, I had both of them posed up in that clashing dual pose, the originals, and they never look convincing at all. But these two, you can really
I've never seen elbows so bad.
They're just, shocking.
When that first Obi-Wan came out in 2014, we all sat there and probably thought, this is peak. This is the best the Black Series is ever going to get. So, for comparison, this is the piece of art that is Obi-Wan Kenobi in 2025. Head sculpt, absolutely incredible. Proportions as well, they're absolutely killing it in that department. I think that should be mentioned as well.
Yeah,
that proportionally these figures in 2025 look exactly like, have you seen those stupid AI images that are doing the rounds on social media
Oh yeah.
of like 3D printed figures on people's desks? And it's
Yeah.
quite clearly just a manipulated image of a real person, but scaled down on someone's desk.
Yeah.
This is what these look like. They look like scaled down people. For the size and for the level of detail that you're able to cram into something this small. Like, I just can't stress enough how good these figures are at the minute. So well done. But yeah, that's 2025 Obi-Wan.
So shoddy.
Oh god.
Why is he so bulky, and why does he weigh a ton?
Yeah.
And why is he painted so badly? I don't know what they were trying to do, but it's just not good.
Yeah.
But in 2014, it was like, wow.
It's funny as well because Anakin and Obi-Wan both got archive re-releases, and as a community it's really hilarious to look back and think that not 5 years ago we were all like, yeah, we're going to get an archive version, it's going to be look at that, so much better because it's got the new photos printed. Fucking hell.
Oof. It's like
They are so bad as well.
Yeah, it's like photoreal will only get you so far, guys. At some point, you just need to give in and say, okay, that figure needs a new sculpt. But, oh man. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, man. Fucking, what a set.
Yeah.
Really cool. Wish I had it.
Also worth noting, I would have liked to have shown you it on camera in hand, but posing them up with the lightsaber clash effect, that was a pain in the arse. A fun pain in the arse, but
figure
Wait
photography.
till you get the Luke and Vader one. Ooh.
Is that a good or a bad?
It depends on how picky or about how your cape looks, because I had a bad back for 2 days after fucking sitting over that, trying to get it right.
We'll see if I get it.
Yeah. We'll move on to James's third pick in just a moment, but Luke has dropped a comment in the chat. If I may comment on the new Anakin and Obi-Wan's likenesses, the overall consensus is mixed. Personally, I think they look much better in person than they do in the official press shots. I would agree with that as well, to be fair. I don't think promo shot, and that's a running theme, in fairness. I don't think the press shots that Hasbro are putting out of these figures, like usually it's the opposite way around, and they look amazing in glam shots, but they look a bit cack in hand. At the moment, with the way things are going for Hasbro and the Black Series, I think, I'm not saying the glam shots look cack, but the figures are arguably leaps and bounds better in hand than they are in the press photos. That's at least my own experience anyway, especially with those two, with Anakin and Obi-Wan. In person, mind-blowing. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. So, yeah, mileage may vary on that. I don't think that's a mixed consensus. I think it's just, I don't think it's whether or not you think the likenesses are good or bad. I think it's just how they look in images versus how they look in person. They do look a lot better in person.
Yeah.
I think that's safe to say. Number 3 for Mr. Cliff.
Yeah. We were talking about this one before we went live, Steve, because when you got this guy, you weren't too pleased with him.
Well, I'll give you the floor, mate, because I know what this character means to you, and I know, and I understand the reasoning behind it.
Oh, yeah.
I've got my own thoughts on it, but...
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to ridicule you for it, mate. I'm very eager just to hear the pros and cons and all of that business, But yeah, it's a very biased pick because Rex is my favourite character. He's my favourite character in Star Wars, as a whole. I just think he's great, There are probably other streams where I've gone into it in much more detail and why he means so much to me, but I've just wanted a proper Phase 1 Rex for the longest time. And whilst normally I'd be very annoyed that it's not accurate to Ahsoka, I'm kind of happy in this instance that it plays that middle ground. that it's utilizing the current clone body mold, and only a few elements are taken from the Ahsoka series. I think it forms a well-rounded interpretation of the character. I really, really like that. It's a bit of a weird like, really. I specifically like that his hair is more yellow than the original version that we got way back when, the Phase 2 one. Don't know why, just do. Think it looks good. Could he have come with more? Possibly. Did he need to come with more? Not really.
Mm.
But this is one that I think, when we've got clones as good as we're getting them, it's almost criminal not to do arguably the main man himself.
Are you still with us, James?
I think so, yeah. I was just,
Oh, right.
I left it open for comment then.
I thought you were going to add something else, but no.
Fucking hell, if I can brainwash you that easily with a few words, I should run for Prime Minister.
You couldn't do a worse job, mate. As long as you put figures in your budget, then I'm absolutely fine with it. Absolutely fine with it. No, like I am 100% behind your reasoning for adding this to the list. Objectively, it's not a bad figure. I'm not saying that it's not good. I've done a review on this one, and for whoever may be watching, if you want to check that out to get my full thoughts on this figure, then by all means feel free. But I don't know. I just felt like, as good as it is, because it's obviously on the updated clone body, it's a really, really good figure. I just felt like there was something missing, and I don't know whether that's paint or I couldn't put my finger on it. I really, really couldn't. It was just there was just something that felt undercooked for me about it, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I don't think it was lack of accessories, because I think you covered that one enough. You said it comes with everything it needed to: removable helmet, dual blasters. Would it have needed additional rifles? Not really. Would it have made any difference to my opinion on this figure if it did come with those weapons? No. It was something from the overall figure itself. I don't know what it was, but I think in comparison to other figures that they've done in the last 12 months, this one felt the most like a toy. Every other Black Series figure this year has been absolutely fantastic, but this one it didn't leave a sour taste in my mouth, but like I said, it just felt undercooked. It felt like there was something missing from it that needed to add. I think this one comes into its own when you remove the helmet, in my opinion. I love the Phase 1 Rex helmet, but I think this figure is at its best when the helmet's off. But the rest of it, I don't know. I can't accurately describe my feelings on it, because I don't hate it, but I don't love it, but I really want to love it.
You know what? I think you touched a really good point there, Steve, because I haven't picked this one. And for me, when I got it, it just really brought back a load of member berries.
Yeah.
It
does that.
It felt like an upscaled version of the animated. Maybe this is just me, but it felt like I was getting my first Captain Rex again from back in 2008, and just having that hit of, this is it in 6 inches.
To play the devil's advocate, and I'm not trying to downplay James's pick by any means. I know it sounds like that, and I'm not trying to dick on it, I swear. But does being blinded by nostalgia make for a good figure? And I'm not saying that this is a bad one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't say blinded by nostalgia is the right phrase. I would just say that nostalgia amplifies it.
Yeah.
If it was a dog shit figure, then absolutely, and I was praising it. I think even though it's Rex, I would be able to look at it objectively, because as sought after as the Bad Batch one has strangely become, that's a dreadful figure. It's really bad, to the point where they assembled the legs the wrong way round.
Yeah. No, I will agree with you on that front. I will say that the Phase 1 Rex is arguably better than, I'd say, even the original Phase 2 Rex that came out in 2018, 2017. I think this figure is leaps and bounds better because it uses that new clone body and it's got that new engineering and the new articulation. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of prefer Phase 1 Rex to Phase 2 Rex anyway. Because I've got that same nostalgia for this character that you guys have. But I don't know. There's just something that felt unfinished about this figure. I can't put. I think a combination of elements. I think when I say you guys at the weekend, I'll let you hold my copy in your hand and just see if you get this. Like, see if there's anything different about mine than there is to yours. But I feel when I have this one in my hand, it. I don't want to say it because it's not an accurate representation of the figure, because on one hand I'm saying it's a good figure because it uses the new mold and it's well articulated and it's well engineered, but then on the other hand I'm going to say it feels like, for me, one of the jankiest figures of 2025.
Oh, okay.
And that's purely because I don't like how ill-fitting the pauldron is. Like I said, that this figure comes into its own when the helmet is off, but I've opted to display mine with the helmet on just because the pauldron flops about too much.
I agree with you there, to be fair, mate. It has got a sweet spot for it to look right.
Yeah, it does. And to the point where I've ended up, I've cut I want to get a glue dot because I don't want to super glue it. I hate super gluing things onto my figures. But I'd like to temporarily fix it in place. So I'm on the fence about getting like those glue dots to put on the pauldron and on the back, because I don't want to permanently damage the figure.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think, like I said, unfinished and undercooked is just the way I'd describe this one. Like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on your list because I get
mate, not at all.
Why he's coming in at number 3, but for me, if we'd have done a top if we'd have, this is what's so good about these kind of discussions, right? Because if I'd have done a top 5 disappointing figures of 2025, this one for me would have been number 1.
Yeah.
So and that's why I love.
Yeah.
This is why collecting is subjective, and there is no right opinion. If opinions are like arsehole, opinions are like arsehole. Everyone has one. So
mine's the
loudest on this panel.
My arsehole's the loudest and the smelliest. So I'm going to put my 10 pence in. I see both sides of it, to be honest. Ironic as I'm in the middle right now, but yeah, I get it. I really I got it for the nostalgia, and when I had it open, it's like, oh, this is the member berries. But then there's something else about it. It's like, it don't quite make my top clone of the year, because that would for me be Gale. No, it's I get it. I get both sides. And I look forward to holding Steve's Commander Rex, Captain Rex, rather. See if there's something miss afoot.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just something. I think one of the other things about it is that it feels the most rubbery of all the clones that use this mold. It's soft. It's softer. I don't know. Just it's something weird about it that I can't put my finger on.
I do just want to quickly mention what Alex has just alluded to about having the live action Karma and Pauldron, because I see that quite a lot, and this is by no means to rag on him for having that opinion, but there are a lot of clone nuts out there that do custom stuff for like 6th scale figures, custom armor, and it gets pretty toxic because they're so snobby about specifically about how the Ahsoka series fudged up Rex. And I've got to say, like, I don't think the Revenge of the Sith style armor for the Pauldron and the Karma work on Rex, because he's iconic in his own right because he's derived from animation. So when you start messing with those critical character attributes that you would associate with the silhouette of the character, regardless of what pre-established armor styles there are, I think you're just adapting it too far at that point. But that's just, I just wanted to say that because I see so many people online like pushing that agenda, which is to each their own, like you've just said, Steve.
Yeah,
But
it's a preference, isn't it?
I think it works for especially the Phase 1 version. Especially the Phase 1 version.
No, I'm in agreement on that front. I think if this figure had been given like a Commander Bly inspired Pauldron and Kamer, then I mean, like I said, my issues with this figure don't lie within perceived accuracy or inaccuracies or whatever you want to call it. As long as the figure looks like the character, I could give two shits about what components have been used. My issues with this one are purely from a manufacturing standpoint. I mean, like Luke's mentioned in the chat as well, he's noticed soft feeling plastic on this one. Like I said, I don't know, it doesn't feel to the same standard as the rest of the figures we've seen this year. That's my main issue and my main takeaway with this figure. It just feels like something was missing, but I like I said, I appreciate why he's number 3 on your list, James, and I'm sorry I kind of took the wind out of
it's all right.
I'm reflecting on what I've said, and I feel very bad. We're going to come off this stream in a bit, and James going to be like, that fucking bastard.
No, don't be daft.
Well, on that note, we'll keep it Clone Wars themed because my number 3 pick has to go to the Jedi Temple Guard.
Oh, lordy.
Of which is another work of art on the part of Hasbro, and it's another one of those inspired character choices. And I think, James, you mentioned this on a previous stream. It might have been the one we did with Hasbro. It might have not been, but you mentioned about Black Series starting to tell the stories through the line as well.
Yeah.
And I love that this figure and a couple of the others that pair with it are doing that, because we got the Jedi Temple Guard, we have Ahsoka, we have Barriss Offee, all from that very same part. We're now getting the reissue. I think. Oh no, we had the reissue of Commander Fox. That was ages ago. Ignore me.
Ventress as well.
Yeah, everything ties together so well. And Black Series is starting to world build. But no, I just love it as a figure. It's absolutely insanely good. I think we all knew that this one was going to be good when we saw those leaked factory parts.
Yeah.
And we started seeing like the overlays and stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be a damn good figure. But again, it's one of those where combination of, whoops, what have I done? There we go. That's where we need it to be. It's a combination of soft goods and plastic. Again, I've reviewed this one on the channel, so feel free to check it out. But the plastic and the soft goods pair so nicely together. It's the perfect combination. I love the details on the belt, all the keys and how intricately they're sculpted and painted. Look absolutely superb. The overall costume as well, like, it just looks so good. And I think it's another one of those figures where when it got revealed, it was like, holy crap, they're doing that? They're doing that character? It's, for all intents and purposes, it's a troop builder.
Yeah, I would too.
It's not a named character. And I love that. I love the Black Series are getting those now. That's something that I feel started with sort of like the Imperial officer from Andor, that we're getting these like really obscure, unnamed characters. I'd love to get a Senate Commander in the Black Series line.
Please.
Yes. Yeah.
Just unusual, like, army builders and troop builders that bulk out ranks that aren't stormtroopers or clone troopers are always going to be winners in my book. And this one, I just love it. The intricate details, the sculpt, articulation. Again, I'm going to talk about this quite a lot. The ball jointed wrists, I think, are fantastic. One of the greatest steps that they've made in terms of articulation engineering over the past couple of years, because that's something we saw at the tail end of 2024. But yeah, it's just an awesome figure. I think even the lightsaber, which, if I'm not mistaken, is not painted; it's cast in those colours. Correct me if I'm wrong, James. I know you're the
I'm just going to assume that the gold is the cast colour, and then it's got silver paint on top of it. Honestly, I haven't looked at it close enough to figure it out until you've just put the thought in my head.
But it just looks so good. And it's that, again, it's that shelf presence that we talked about earlier. This figure's got it in droves, and it just looks amazing. I really can't say anything more than that, to be fair. I just think it's a beautifully done figure, and one that I never thought we'd get in the Black Series. Never thought we'd see an update of it, to be fair, because we obviously had the odd awful 5 POA version back in, as Luke says, 2014, 2015 in the Rebels packaging. First and only figure we've had of it until now. So
and it goes for an absolute premium.
It does, bizarrely, but it's such a good figure. It's so well done. And like I said, it's just everything. I think one of the things I'm really loving about Black Series figures at the minute is the way that they've been able to engineer the articulation, that it doesn't actually take away from the aesthetic of the figure anymore. And I think this is a great example of that, in that you've got the articulation points visible, but because of the way the figure's designed, like the gauntlets do a really good job of hiding sort of the elbow and the forearm articulation. Obviously, the overlay hides the points of articulation in the neck and the head. The soft goods, it's just everything in the Black Series in 2025. This again being a key example of it, looks like a scaled down guy in a costume instead of a toy. That's something I think I touched on many years ago now when I first reviewed the Stormtrooper from The Mandalorian. You know, these figures are starting to feel like dudes in suits rather than plastic toys.
Yeah.
That's what I love the most about this figure.
I think just to go off the back of that point as well, when I was taking pitch to this one in my review, I know when a figure's pretty good when I don't have them with ignited lightsabers.
Yes.
When I've just got them in very sort of casual posing, because I can't remember which one I got, but you know, you can kind of get them with like the cross-armed sort of look and just looking very stoic.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think when I can get shots like that, I'm like, that makes a really good figure, because you don't have to have him in an action pose.
No, absolutely not. I think that's such a good point about that. Really does make a figure. I'm just glancing at my shelf now, and I'm looking at Echo from the Bad Batch, the first Echo. That I don't have him holding a weapon, or he's not got that accessory on his arm. He's just I've just got him doing the salute. And Ahsoka from season 3 as well. She's one of the few figures that I've got on any of my shelves that her lightsabers are unlit, attached to the belt, and she's got her hands behind her back. I love that pose for that character and that figure. And like you said, Dan, like this is another one of those that doesn't need the lit lightsaber to have that shelf presence and to be a talking point on your shelf.
Yeah.
I just think it's such a beautifully done figure. The paint details on it, the palette itself, like the brown, like even though it's not a particularly exciting color palette, like there's not a great deal of color going on with it, it's so vibrant. You know, there's a lot of beige and brown going on with this guy, but he stands out so well. And those gold details on the keys and stuff, like I said, the lightsabers, the yellow blade, if you do choose to display it with the lightsaber lit, it's such an eye-catching figure, and it pops on the shelf.
I have such a soft spot for yellow lightsabers as well. So I feel like it's a real treat whenever we get a figure that comes with one. Yeah. So we've got Yoda and we've got the Temple Guards. I'd love to get, well, I mean, it'd be a very redundant release because it's the same outfit, but I'd love to get some version of Rey with her yellow lightsaber.
Yeah.
I mean, if they finally get their act together with that Jedi movie that they're supposed to be doing, whether, you know, maybe there's the opportunity. It's like the new Ventress that I've just done a video on. I would absolutely love to see that again, just with a different head sculpt, with the hair, with the yellow lightsaber for Dark Disciple. Just, I like yellow lightsabers. They're just cool, man.
But that again goes back to what we were saying with, you know, like Chimera and the Stranger, like, you know, being inspired to pick up multiples of what is essentially the same figure just because of a couple of slightly different components. That's something that maybe I'm looking at with that Ventress figure. I've got one on pre-order at the minute, but I'm seriously contemplating picking up two so that I can display her on shelf with the helmet on and off. You know, there's Hasbro just doing all these inspired choices and making all these little, you know, adding all these little extras to their figures over the last year or two that I'm thinking, you know what, maybe I need more than one of those, and I don't do that a lot.
Yeah, that I've been falling down that rabbit hole, and this one was one where I was like, oh, after getting two, I was like, I could just get another two.
Yeah, I'd love to
dangerous.
have the
It has started to become a trend. I got 2 Temple Guards. I bought 2 Rexes because I needed one for Clone Wars and one for Ahsoka. I bought 2 Anakins for similar reasons. And I mean, I haven't bought 2 of the Stranger, but I've been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, oh dear.
Yeah.
I fucking love toys.
It's
Hey.
it's a rabbit hole, lads.
Told you I'm having that on me fucking tombstone, boys.
I'm going to get a mug. I think we should all get Toy Talk and Live Chat mugs printed that just says I love fucking toys on it.
Yeah.
No, I love
T-shirt.
fucking toys. I fucking love toys because I don't like fucking toys. The wording. Phrasing. Oh dear. Madness. Funny we touched on the Stranger again because Dan, your number 2 pick, mate.
Oh well, we've done this one. We can move on now. No. I've got some things I want to say about this because this is, you know, you said that you were surprised that my Anakin and Obi-Wan set San Diego Comic-Con exclusive wasn't further up the list, but for me, this was the lightsaber wielder of the year, figgy wise, because like you guys have said, it's just the amount of parts and interchangeable bits that you have with him. You can literally recreate the scene, like the whole structure of the scene and fight scene of how, you know, obviously he loses the helmet, the gauntlet, and he brings out the 2 sabers. Again, when it comes to taking pictures of my figures for my reviews, I know it's going well when I'm not swearing at it. I know it's going well when I pose the figure up and it's standing there nice and firmly and I'm twatting about with the lights, trying to get the nice lighting effects. I'm like, oh my God, this is perfect. Nothing's going bad. And even if he does fall over, I'm like, okay, that was me knocking you over. That was my fault. Sorry, Chief. Pop you back there. And then you get into the edit suite and then you do the lightsaber effects. And that's where I'm like, oh, this is all coming together and it's coming together better than I could imagine. That's what this shot kind of embodies, just how much I love this figure. It's just, I mean, watch my review, basically, because this figure is just fantastic. As you guys have said, I'm blown away with what Hasbro does. I moan a lot about accessories, but this one just did it in the best possible way of having it all packed in, but hidden as well for you to discover as you went along. So, oh my God, it's just, you know, you've got the 2 interchangeable lightsabers where you can put the little hilt in there. I don't have the other head to hand, but the other head is brilliant. And again, makes me want to get a second or even third copy of the figure just to have it, because you can take the poncho off and it's just really good. And it's worthy of being, for me, it was worthy of being at number 2. This is what Hasbro should always strive to try and do when it comes to a figure. I'm so glad as well that this is potentially the last Acolyte figure we'll get. As much as I want more, like Torbin and some other sort of costume variants of characters we already have, this was the cherry on the cake, and that's a running theme, particularly with my next pick as well, which we'll get to. But having a cast of characters and then getting that last one that just puts the cherry on the cake was a treat. And for it to be this good as well is what I absolutely love. I love the fact that Hasbro didn't rush this one out because obviously, you know, he's the villain. You want the villain in line immediately to kind of have people have someone to fight against. But in this instance, the fact that Hasbro slowed the roll, really took the time, potentially got all the source material to nail this thing down. I can't commend them enough. Like even the weathering on his arms, like
That's
the
one of the
dirt.
things, that's one of the things I love the most about it.
It's just, oh my God, there's so much to look at with it. And when you get it in hand, it's just one of those that I can't put down.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many different variations that you can have with it.
Something I didn't bring up when I was talking about it, Dan. I don't know if you feel the same, is because we obviously did Manchester Comic Con. The day after or 2 days after this guy was revealed.
Yeah.
So having the opportunity to meet Manny Jacinto and talk about this figure with him, and actually to talk to an actor that's, you know, seems genuinely interested in the fact that a company has taken the time to make such an awesome toy. I think that just amplifies the figure as well, because it's like, you know, you've got, for me, example, Captain Rex, that's linked to so many memories from my childhood. But then this, you look at it on the shelf and you can then tie it to that experience. And I just think it you know, everything goes hand in hand in such a lovely way.
It's the memories that go with it. And it's everything. Like obviously watching the show and being enthralled for me with the character, and then actually meeting the actor and talking to him about, you know, not only just the show, but the figure, the fact that they're making the Stranger. You know, I've got that signed autograph there, and that's how I've posed him, is like how he's pictured in that pose. So yeah, I completely get it, dude. I'm with you on that 100%. It's not just sometimes buying toys to have toys for the sake of it or rule of cool. It is because you've had that tangible experience of meeting these actors, or again, the personal experience you have with a piece of media or film. It's what I love about collecting. Again, when it comes to my photography as well, trying to recreate those shots and lighting, and when the figure does it this good, it's just so good. This is why I love toys.
When we can't get around phrasing things like this, it's so good. I love it so much. I love toys. It's sort of become like the monologue of, it's just fucking meant by it.
Yeah.
It encapsulates everything that you want to say about it.
Yeah.
And it's not just mint on its own. You can buy it again. It gives you a reason to buy multiples. It's that good.
That's something that just comes along so rarely these days when it comes to toys. Did I just, while you've been talking about this one, Dan, I've picked it up because, again, like you said, it's one of those figures that once you pick it up, you can't put it back down.
Yeah.
Did I hear you say, James, that you could take the gauntlet off?
Yes.
Yeah.
What? Because
I missed that.
Yeah, because in the show, obviously, Yord strikes it. Is it Yord? I think. Someone strikes his gauntlet.
I think so. And then he doesn't wear it for the final battle with Soul, so you also get that variation, which is why.
As well, because Kymia doesn't wear it, obviously, either, does he? So.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah. But that's why you've got the two different layers of poncho, soft goods, and plastic, because in the final episode, when he faces Soul, he's got one less layer. So it's that attention to detail.
Yeah. Fuck me, I love this figure.
His cratoisis.
I love that part of the video.
Cortosis. Oh man.
Which I recently, played such a bigger part in the Star Wars world.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's fun and educational.
Hey.
Fun with figgies.
Fun with figures. Number 2 for you, Mr. RoboQuiff Collects.
Yeah. I'm looking at this now and I'm really thinking, should it have been number 1? And I think it should have been, because, I'm not saying I made this figure happen, because that would be dreadfully egotistical.
Oh, it absolutely would, mate, but you made this figure happen.
But, for the last 2-3 years, I've been bellyaching about wanting Merrin in the line, because I was just tired of Trooper repaints. Oh, man, the day that magic effect leaked online.
Gaming Greats Wishlist Part 2, I think it was, that you actually pitched this one. It wasn't actually even that long ago. So they were probably listening.
Mate,
well, we know they were listening based on what Brandon's told us. He got that notepad. He was there. That pen was burning the pages.
Mate, it's like you with Kyle Katarn. It's when you've lobbied so long to have a particular character made. It just feels so rewarding when it finally gets shown and then it finally comes out. This figure as well, I think, is amazing. And I've argued the point before, I'm so glad that they chose the Survivor outfit over the Fallen Order version. Both are good, both have got their merits, absolutely. And I would not be opposed to getting the earlier version, because I know there are a lot of people that like that. But for me, I love it when they choose a more developed version, something that's got a lot more meaning and story behind it. And I just think it's just such a well-presented figure, and all the costume elements have been thought of well with the articulation. I think even with the absence of the thigh swivel, it works really well. I'm still able to do the poses with it that I want to do. And the accessories as well. I'm going to say that, because I know a lot of people like the magic effect, I'm going to say that I think it could have actually been better, because from what I recall, very little do you see Merrin use the magic as an actual point of attack, as a blast as it's been depicted. It's very much more of portals and making things appear. So the dagger that you get that goes in the holster on the back, that is the staff in the game. So when she pulls that out, the magic then manifests the full version.
Okay.
So I think some wraparound effects, something that the Marvel Legends line has done. There's different styles of swooshy, swirly things that go up people's arms.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see that maybe in place,
like a Doctor Strange magic effect, or
Scarlet
Witch or something.
I've actually got there's 2 effects from one of my X-Men '97 figures that are the perfect green color. So I've sort of intertwined them, so she's sort of holding them like she's, like you'd see the Night Sisters in the Clone Wars, sort of pulling the strands of the magic, because you see a lot of that in the game. And I don't know, man. I think the likeness is perfect. It's genuinely a figure I can just sit and talk about for ages, because I've spent so long messing with it. Like you're saying with the Stranger, just it seems very basic in in your first viewing, but don't judge a boot by its cover. If you've passed this figure up, then reconsider getting it if it fits in your collection, because it's such a well done toy. And it's such a vital inclusion to the line, because when this one was revealed, I'm actually trying to think now. Did we got Dagon before we got Merrin, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dagon came out at the start of the year.
Yeah. So with the exception of him, really, it's the first proper good guy character, teammate character, if you will, from those games. And it's very much like Rebels, you know, your team is your family, the people that you connect with throughout Cal's journey. It's similar to what you were saying, Dan, in the TVC vehicle stream, how you were explaining about the old Republic characters from the games that you were playing and how they feed into one another.
Yes,
That ties into the importance of having these characters on the shelf and building that little group. And I think it really refreshes the display as well, because it's so overpopulated with troopers and droids. I mean, they're great, but just something to spice it up, and something so unique like this,
yeah,
it then speaks volumes for the figure. You look at that particular set of releases, and it stands out more so because of how unique it is. And I just think I don't think they could have done it any better. It's everything I wanted. It's everything I ever imagined it could be when I'd just been thinking, oh, fucking hell, you know, I wish they did that.
For me, it's how the figure itself tells a story. So when I pick this up, it's a bit like you said, James, like you pass it off as like a basic figure, like, oh, cool. But when you actually really get into it, you've got a jacket which is overlaid underneath. Obviously, you've got a Night Sister gear, and you've got that story there of where her character is at from Jedi Survivor. Is it Fallen Order? I always get mixed up.
It's Fallen Order, then Survivor, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got that whole sort of progression of the character there, and obviously the accessories are just really well chosen. I really like this figure as well. Again, it adds so much presence to that video game section shelf that I've got for those games. No, it was one that I was tempted to go around with, but I don't have the character affiliation that you probably have. But again, we've been eating good in terms of gaming greats.
Oh yeah,
and this is just one of those that completely is a testament to that.
I fall into a similar category as you, Dan, in terms of I was a little bit late to the party picking this one up. I've got her in the collection now, but I didn't pick her up straight away. But I'm really glad that I did, because even though I've not played the Fallen Order or Survivor games, I've watched the walkthroughs on YouTube to get a familiarity with the characters and the story, but I've not played the game to the same extent that I'd have that affinity to the character. But what I love about characters from the Jedi, Fallen Order, and Survivor video games is the fact that having them on my shelf as figures throws me right back into an era of collecting where Hasbro were literally churning out every single character under the bloody sun, and it didn't matter whether they were from the movies, from the TV shows, from the comic books, or the video games. If that character looked cool, it was getting a toy. So
That's it.
Picking up Merrin and Cal Kestis, and like to your picks earlier, Dan, like Shizor and what have you, it threw me back into that time of nothing's off limits. And if I want these glub shitters and these oddities and these weird characters from games that, casual Star Wars fans probably have never heard of, I love that. It's why to this day, like, one of my favorite displays in my 3 3/4 inch collection is my expanded universe shelf, because it just is such an eclectic mix of characters that, unless you are a diehard, you show somebody who's seen the original trilogy, once, a shelf that features characters like Darth Revan or the Republic Trooper or Malgus or Nominor or Jodo Cast, characters like that, you show a casual fan or somebody who's like, oh yeah, I love Star Wars, Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, yeah. Like, you show them that shelf and they'll go, who the fuck, Like, well, it's like, I love, that's part of what makes collecting so exciting for me, is having an eclectic mix of characters on display, not just your Lukes, your Vaders, your Hans, your Boba Fett's, your Stormtroopers. Characters like this, I love it so much, and it's one of the main reasons why, like, it didn't make my list, unfortunately. It's a bloody good figure, but it goes right back to that character selection factor of why Black Series has been on absolute fire this year because there's something in there for everybody. And I do, and I do sympathise with a certain selection of the TVC community who are calling for characters like this to be made. I know that Merrin's been made as a TVC figure, but I'm talking generally in terms of, a wider character selection for that line. I do sympathise with them at the minute because, if I was stuck to one line, if I was a purely Black Series collector and I was getting the character selection that TVC is currently getting, I'd be sitting there scratching my head and, playing holy hell because I'd be like, I want that character, I want that character, I want that. I do get it, I really do, but at the same time, I can't help but feel incredibly lucky that as a predominantly Black Series collector, the character selection that we are getting is just absolute fire. And 2025 has been a feast. It really has. Like, you've got your mainstream media characters, but then you've got deep cuts like this, which I love. And when the figures are this good as well, not only is the character choice fantastic, but the quality of the figure itself is really good as well. And I really like this one. I love being able to display figures like this in dynamic poses with like force effects and all that sort of stuff, force lightning, anything like that I can add to a display is always welcome. So, top tier choice.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely love it.
Brandon, if you've still got your notepad, mate, and you're watching, I'll have Grease next, please, mate. All right.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just waiting for that. It's a shame we don't get in the live chat the little dots that somebody's typing. That'd be handy. Never mind. We're coming to the end now, so my number 2 pick, it's another one we've touched on already throughout the stream, but we're going to do it again because it needs talking about. It is the Chosen One himself. And finally, the galaxy belongs to me. I'm never going to replicate it. Never going to replicate it, but holy shit, what a treat this figure is. Like we were saying, Dan, when you picked the SDCC set as your number 3, I came so close to putting this in the number 1 spot. I really, really did because I love every single thing about this figure. I don't want to talk about it too much objectively because this is my next planned review on the channel once the congestion clears up. I do want to get a review of this one and Obi-Wan pumped out because I am just so enamored by it as a figure. It's just so damn good. I mean, like I said, I missed out on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set, unfortunately, but I'm not too devastated because my main wants from the set were the figures, and I'd argue that not only is this one of the best figures of 2025, the second best in my opinion, it's hands down one of the best figures in the entire line.
Yeah.
And that's not just due to who the character is. That's how it's down to how the figure's being made. Everything about it is absolutely perfect. Like Luke was saying earlier, the lightness in person is absolutely phenomenal. I am absolutely blown away by how well the photoreal applies to this figure and how much that just looks like Hayden Christensen. The one thing that stands out to me about this one is the articulation. I love how well this figure poses. You can literally get him in every single pose you'd ever want him to be in. Action pose, stoic pose, fist in the air, like everything is there in terms of posability. And the overall execution of the costume, I love the different levels in the fabrics that Hasbro have used, like the fake leather on the tabards just looks so good. I'm not doing this figure any justice on camera as it stands, but like I said, I'm gonna try and get a review pumped out on this in the next few days. But I just love it. I just absolutely love it. It's maybe I'm blinded by how bad the first figure was. But
I was just going to touch on something as well,
Nah.
Steve, because I don't know if I mentioned it in my review, but the actual outfit on him, the fact that it's kind of like soft plastic, you can really hunch his arms in. And that was one of the biggest problems with that original Anakin, was just the hard plastic.
Yeah.
That you can't really, he looks so awkward when you posed him.
I mean,
you can get him looking so natural.
Yeah. It really, like I said, the execution of the costume just absolutely lends itself to the articulation on the figure, and you can really take advantage of those butterfly joints in the shoulders because of the flexibility that you've got in the tabards and stuff, because that doesn't restrict the movement. But it's just like the little details of this being a separate overlay. You know, the fact that those tabards are separate pieces and not sculpted or glued in place. It's just, like I said, just that little attention to detail of how can we make this the best version of this character? How can we engineer this figure to the point where it'll be very visually pleasing, but you can also pose the holy hell out of it and get it in every pose that you'd ever want him to be in. And that's the thing. Like, I have had this figure for not very long, a couple of months, and I've had him in about 10 poses on my shelf already because I can't decide on one, because there's that many that are possible from it. That's one of the things that I absolutely love, that you don't, you put it on your shelf and it looks great, but then you look at it the next day and you go, I want to pose him a different way. And, there's just so much flexibility in this figure. I love it. I absolutely love it. Character selection has played a very big part on my list, and that's the reason why this figure is not number one. But from an engineering standpoint, from this figure lost out to the number one spot purely because of the character that did get my number one spot. But from an articulation, an engineering, paint application, just overall execution standpoint, this is the best figure of 2025, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with that.
Because it's just perfect. I honestly, usually with a figure, there's, oh, well, it could have been this, or, oh, it could have come with that. There's nothing I would have changed about this one. Absolutely nothing. The only thing I would have changed is I'd have put it on a Revenge of the Sith card.
Yes.
But the packaging doesn't.
Preach.
Packaging does not a figure make, so I'm not gonna criticize that. But yeah, I mean, you talk about the Stranger and stuff. This is a figure like Luke's mentioned in the comments. I can't put it down. I genuinely cannot put it down. If I'm, now and again, I'll just come into the collection room. I'll, just potter around. I'll rearrange some displays and stuff. But recently, I'm finding myself walking into the room and I'm picking up Obi-Wan as well, because I need to give that figure its flowers too. But I'm picking this guy up and I'm just playing with him. I'm posing him up. I'm moving him around. I'm just looking at him and I'm appreciating him, and I'm just like, fuck, this is good. This is so good. It's my favorite Black Series figure, and I can't believe it's at number 2. But you'll understand why in just a little bit. But no, objectively, as a figure, not as a character, best figure of the year. Absolutely incredible. I can't suggest anything that would have made it better. What could I suggest? Alternate heads, we got that with the exclusive. Alternate hands, we got that with the exclusive. A voice chip in it that you could press that made him said, "No, the galaxy belongs to me," and then that'd have been perfect. But I love it. I absolutely love it. I have got so much passion and energy for this figure.
I was going to say, don't get the chat started on voice chips. I'll have them with pitchforks at me.
Yeah, that didn't go too well for you last time, did it?
Hey, it's all right. It was worth asking.
But yeah, that's literally the only negative thing that I have to say about it, is the fact that Anakin and Obi-Wan didn't come on those Revenge of the Sith cards. We talked to Brandon about this a little bit off air, and without going into too much detail, it wasn't a decision that was taken lightly. Like, if there was a way or a rhyme or reason that they could have gotten those figures out on Revenge of the Sith cards, I think by all means they would have done it. So they made that choice for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what that reason was or why, but I'm not a businessman. That's why I'm sat here gushing over a toy.
Always emotion is the future.
Yeah, but that's literally like, and like I said, packaging is not a detriment to the figure, so it's not a gripe. But I can't say enough good things about it. I'm going to do a review on it. I'm probably going to say the exact same thing I've said during this short segment in that video, but it's one of those figures where I've picked it up. I can't believe I've not reviewed it yet, to be honest, because as soon as I got it, I was like, I've never been this excited to review a figure. I probably will be in a couple of months when a certain other figure comes out, but it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Beautifully made, beautifully sculpted. Articulation's excellent. Photoreal is bang on. Posability, like everything about it is spot on. Can't say anything more than that. Mr. East 1000.
Go on.
It has come to the time.
I think
we are at that stage. 2.5 hours in. Chat, if you're still around, we appreciate you for hanging out this long. The time has come for our number one picks.
Yeah, so this wasn't made lightly, but this figure's just been on my brain ever since I got it. I think from the last live stream that not last live stream, but the one we did with Hasbro, this one was just for me everything that I could possibly want from a character, and also from a design perspective, just so many surprises with it. I'm a bit ashamed because I feel like I could have gotten better pictures of this particular figure.
Don't do yourself a disservice, mate.
But I was to be fair, that's only because there was a couple of things I noticed from the pictures that you pick up on after you do it. Like, oh shit, you fucking idiot! I did that.
Such is the creative process, dude.
That's it, and you learn from your mistakes. You learn to maybe close down your tabs that you've got open when you're taking the picture, and not right click and you've got the big pic. Look carefully, and you'll see what I mean, guys. But nonetheless, this figure.
Shall we bring him in?
Bring him in. Bring him in. Oh, this is just perfection.
I can't believe you've picked Wim as your number one figure.
I know. He's that small as well that I couldn't get him in frame. Flipping it. Oh no, it's SM33, and I've gushed about this figure so much. Check out my review 100% to see why I think this is such a good figure. But it's just the amount of features Hasbro packed into this. It's one of those where, again, like Quimere, the Stranger, he puts the cherry on the collection. It's like, okay, it would be nice if we get some more characters from Skeleton Crew, but if we don't, they've gone off with a bang with this one, because the amount of design and work that they've put in, you can really tell. The accessories as well. Like, who thought? What Maverick thought? Oh yeah, that's it. We'll put the mouse in as a little accessory. Snowball.
Little poo snowball in his eye.
Imagine being a really casual fan and collector who is one of those people who just picks a figure up now and again, and you're in a toy store and you go, "Oh, that droid! This is a droid from Star Wars. I've never seen this show, but this looks cool. I'm gonna get it." And then opening the package up and finding that little poo.
Why does it come with a tin, Mum?
What is this?
And it's only until they accidentally open the head up and realise, oh, maybe it goes in there, or watch the show to realise, yeah, that's what it's for. I do think sometimes Hasbro, just a little note to him, maybe put some instructions in, Because I think the amount of
Yeah.
people that I've seen miss out the fact that you can remove. Oh, I've got him here for demonstration purposes.
Oh, it's like
The
fucking
fact-
Blue Peter, this, isn't it? Here's one I
Sorry,
made earlier.
my other light has failed on me. So, yeah, bit of a shonky light in here. But,
Oh, God.
yeah, you can. Hold on. I don't want to lose the little fella as well. But you can pop open
Don't drop
top
your
of his
poo.
head. And you can just see him a little bit in there, poking out his eye. Because once I got him in there, that's it. He's staying in. He's
Yeah.
not coming out. Only until I did my review. But yeah, the fact that you can do that and the extending arms and legs is just. I love the poses. Again, the poses you can get him in. It really tells a story of how shonky and kind of like rickety he is with the paint application sculpt.
Can't
The
say I
things-
remember now.
Yeah. You can and then you can do the little walking thing like it's
How you were holding it then, Dan? It literally is almost like a puppet. Like it's
Isn't
that
it?
well done. It
Yeah.
could be a scale model.
And the thing that blows my mind is the fact that it has a peg leg.
Mm.
And Hasbro thought, obviously, you know what? Display stand that because people are going to maybe struggle to get him standing up. I can tell you now, you don't always need that
Yeah.
to get him to stand because he stands so well. I mean, I'm just going to do it. You can't see it on camera. Yeah, he does it fine. He stands perfectly fine
Mhm.
just without that. I mean, I think
That's
I took
just
the pictures
such a-
without using this. So that
It's
tells
such
you everything.
It's such a testament to how far the engineering of these figures has come, because that wouldn't have been possible a year ago.
Yeah.
You know.
And you know what, for me as well, you mentioned that, Steve. These little joints here. Who have we seen that on before?
Yeah.
Kato SO, who falls over constantly. I think
This is it.
everyone has an issue with that figure in terms of
Yep.
standing. It's a great figure, don't get me wrong. But standing wise, he would actually benefit more with this
Yeah,
than
than
this
SM would,
figure,
which is mad.
wild. But oh my god, what a figure! What a figgy! I'm just gonna, it's so satisfying just clicking the joints out and
I love
stretching him.
what you mentioned about he should have come with instructions, because I must have watched, yours included, maybe about 3 reviews of this figure to find out whether I was missing anything after I extended everything out, because I was like, I think I've done everything, but is there more? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I can't remember if I mentioned it in my review, but these bits do extend as well. So
Yeah.
I probably didn't find everything on it, but what a figure. It's just how they've ripped it off the screen and made it a thing. And that's the big thing for me when it comes to collecting, is when it feels like it's been pulled off the screen. And they've got everything down that it actually does. I mean, I haven't even mentioned the fact that you've got the interchangeable panels. Granted, one of them is missculpted in terms of its.
You mentioned this to me when I picked this one up, and you said, "Oh, just be careful with the interchangeable panels on the gauntlets, because like the shields and that don't." But I haven't had that issue.
Oh, okay.
Mine are absolutely fine.
Yeah, so I think
one's a little bit looser fitting than the other, but they both fit in there reasonably well.
They fit in. It's just one of them, I think, at least on my copy, and I've seen on others, it just kind of sits out a little bit. It juts out a bit. So I just shaved it off. It's an easy fix. But it was nothing really too big. It's just my part of my brain that was like, no, fix. But other than that, I can't fault this figure whatsoever. It's just amazing.
It
just needs a big buyer beware with it in terms of the mouse. But
I think the biggest issue with that is when you take the accessories out of the box, and sometimes depending on how, because I don't know, how do you guys do it? Do you get a knife and cut the tape, or do you just peel it off?
Knife.
Nice, yeah, I do the same. So, but like, but with that one, I don't know why I broke my rule and I peeled it, and the poo mouse got stuck to the tape. And I was like, oh my god! I was like literally like peeling it back so slowly to be like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Please don't pop out! Please don't pop out! Please don't pop out!
It's like that Grogu that they released, the first Grogu they did, where he came with
Yeah,
an actual little
yeah.
box, translucent box with all the accessories.
Food for
Those
the
accessories
carpet
have not
monster.
left. Yeah, those have
Yeah.
not left that box when I bought it. So, but no, SM33 just
Perfect choice,
it
right?
couldn't be anything else. You know, I've loved all the deluxe figures they've done this year, but for me, in terms of an engineering perspective, it just really scratched my itch.
Yeah. No, I'm glad at least one of us picked it, because it'd have felt criminal to have not had him on any of our lists, because it is outstanding. Hasbro deserve a really, really big pat on the back for this one. Not just in
Yeah.
terms of the engineering, but like you said as well, the paint, like the weathering on it, it just looks rusty and shanky and old and
Yeah.
battered. I love the sculpt around the mouth on it. Like, it's
Mm.
just so, again, intricate. Like, certain features feel a little bit softer and maybe not as defined as others, but the head sculpt in particular is just so well done, and the paint application just goes so far to bring it to life. Such a good figure.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm so happy I've got it.
Awesome. Love it. Definitely a warranted number one spot. James, that brings us to you. Your number one, mate.
Yeah, I don't really know how I can top what you've already said about this one, mate. I'll be honest, but
Try anyway.
at least you chose a different picture.
Yeah.
I mean, if I knew I could have picked the exclusive set, then I would have done. So maybe I'll just touch on both, because, like,
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, I was on about they sort of come into the conversation when I was on Out of the Basement on Sunday, that it's like it's character bias because everybody wanted a new Anakin. It's like, absolutely it is, because like not really my first Star Wars figure, but I don't count the other one because I didn't fucking like Star Wars. My nan just at the time, my nan just bought it for me, so which was a Qui-Gon on top of a lightsaber. Anyway, first proper Star Wars figure in 2005 was the Anakin Skywalker, where he squoze his legs together and he did the lightsaber slash.
Yes.
Right, and he came with an interchangeable red lightsaber and just a normal hand, so you could put him in his starfighter. So I've always had an affinity for Anakin. Like, before Captain Rex came along, Anakin was my favorite. So I mean, come on, he's like, it's Anakin. Everybody loves Anakin. If you don't, then look at yourself in the mirror in a very harsh way. So long overdue. Like, I think a lot of people, when new figures are getting announced and we're getting, so much good stuff, question in the back of collectors' minds is always, yeah, but when are we going to get a new Anakin? Same with Obi-Wan. Let's not leave Obi-Wan out because he was in the 2-pack. I just think, like, Hasbro saw the mission and they accepted it and then just delivered. Like, didn't drop any clangers. It's absolutely perfect. Like you've said before, with the tabards on his chest, crazy decision, but it's such a good one. I just like that 2-pack a lot because, like, I've got vivid memories of just watching that live stream reveal, and it's how Brandon bought it out piece by piece.
Yeah.
To make you think, like, oh, this is all you're getting, and everyone was already raving the tits off about it.
Dude,
Like, oh, here's your new.
It's not too late to change your pick. If you want to pick the San Diego set, you pick the San Diego.
Yeah, all right then. Well, it's the same thing, really, because for me that set was the first experience of getting this figure. So when I bought the single release, it was very much having it for the shelf. because as much as I actually said to Laura at the time, I'm going to get this set. I haven't got room for it, but I'm going to get it. The figures will probably just end up on the Revenge of the Sith shelf because that's where they need to be. Oh man, it's still on display and it'll never not be, because he bought out the little lava platform with the figures, you know, the larger platform, and I was like, oh, that's so sick! Look at that, it's fucking perfect. Oh, it can't get any better than that. And then they cut back to it on the table, and he's got the little lava panning droid out. Like, oh, there's another droid. Oh man, it's just getting better. It's like, oh, then we should look at the packaging. I'm like, oh, it's just a box, but it looks. Oh shit, there's heads and hands and lightsabers in the. Okay, I'm just clapping like a kid on the buzz, mate. I am just like, what's going on? I'm sending the worst pictures off my phone to Laura because we don't live together, and I'm like sending these over. Like, okay, look at this, it's amazing. I got little pegs and fucking blades, and oh, he's got the fringe on the head. I love that.
I was going to say, I do remember our group chat blowing up pretty heavily when that was on.
I just remember, didn't you say something along the lines of, we did it.
Yeah.
Because I think, God, when was it? Was it when? Oh, it was when we were talking about the rumors for 2025, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Anakin was on there as a rumor, and I think you said, Dan, like, oh, do you know what? Just go balls to the wall. Don't pull any punches. Like, don't cheap out. Just give us a really expensive set that's got the platform and the panning droid and the lava effects, and then the 2 new figures, and then whoop, there it is. We made it happen. You can thank this stream later.
Yeah. That little clash effect as well. Yeah. I love that. I've often just sat talking to people about like what other versions they can come out with in that whole line of like famous encounters or duels, and as much as it doesn't always have to be lightsaber duels, I kind of want it to be, because I think that little clash effect should be like the main little accessory for every single one.
Yeah.
Because I think it adds so much to it, and it makes me think of the Revenge of the Sith poster, because the use of light on that, it's incredible. Like that, you've got Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting on the front of that poster, and it's lighting the rest of it up. That's quite dark.
Yeah.
I mean, when you can make something for an action figure like that starts making you think of other forms of media, whether it be the fucking DVD cover from 2005 as well. When something physical on your shelf can encapsulate all of that, I think it deserves #1 place. I think it's so damn special. And as you've said, Steve, with Anakin, I mean, Anakin and Obi-Wan, that set, all of it, I think it's the best thing that they've released.
Yeah.
In the line's existence, hands down.
Agreed.
I wish more people could have got it, but I also think it's very refreshing to see an exclusive that just sells out that everybody wants.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because that's one of the things that Wayne touched on in that recent post with the Pulse clear out sale that he's currently doing. That, you know, exclusives and fan channel stuff isn't always, well, not fan channel stuff. The exclusive stuff. That, you know, it doesn't always work out the way that you'd expect it to, and so these really highly sought after, really desirable items happened with the Force Unleashed set with Starkiller. That ended up with clearance, not just over here, but in the US as well. I think didn't it go on clearance in GameStop or something like that, if I remember rightly.
I think so.
Something like that. It ended up cheaper than it was when it was first released, anyway. And I think that's one of the negatives of what's the word? I don't want to say oversaturation, but the Last Command 4-pack is a really good example of something that got revealed, and when it was revealed, the community looked at that and went, "Holy crap, that is incredible! They're doing that, really? Wow!" And then 12 months later, it's sat on every clearance store shelf for a fraction of the price, and to the point now where places like Zave here in the UK can't shift them at 30 quid.
Yeah.
Which is a steal. It's a steal.
It's a steal, but it's weird.
Yeah.
This is one of those exclusives. I do not see this popping up anywhere cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that doesn't always benefit collectors because, we're sat there. Luke mentioned it in the chat earlier. We've talked about it. It was incredibly hard to get. It was incredibly limited. And not everybody had access to it. But is that not part of the appeal of an exclusive? That not everybody has one? That, it's a limited run? It's something that isn't mass-produced to that degree? That it ends up on discount? Surely the days seem to have gone where exclusives come out and they serve as an exclusive, and then several years will pass and that exclusive has retained its value. That's never, very, very rarely happens with stuff these days. But this one, I don't think is going to be one of those that pops up on clearance shelves or in sales or anything like that. It's going to be forever a sought after piece. And that's for me, like, I get the frustration. I'm frustrated because I didn't get one, but that surely is the appeal of an exclusive, that it is limited in numbers. And
so I have a strong feeling about this one in terms of light went off.
Here comes the dark thoughts.
That's probably like that. I've got a real strong feeling that we are going to see this again. But it's not going to be in the fancy packaging. It'll be stripped back a little bit, so you won't get all the lightsaber effects. And we potentially might see, a different version of Anakin and Obi-Wan, maybe with some additional paint deco, potentially.
Oh yeah, because
I don't know.
Naturally they should have the weathering for the scenes.
Yeah,
Hot Toys did that with the Obi-Wan that they've shown recently. So even though that's like a brand new 2.0 figure, it's got the suit and the sort of scorch marks from the debris. So I see what you're saying there. They didn't do that with this because it was first to market.
Yeah. So they've got the sculpts now. And basically, it's like printing money.
Yeah.
Because everyone wants it. Everyone wants, those who don't have it will want it. And even if they get a stripped back version of it that's not in a fancy window packaging and completely like the Vader and the Luke set, the Bespin set, people are going to want it just to have the thing, the stuff that the original came with.
Well,
so
think back to 2007. The Mustafar Panning Droid and Lava platform was released as a figure.
Yes, yeah.
In 30th anniversary.
And I mentioned this in my review, actually, because if you look at the Panning Droid, it has 2 holes on the little handles. I think they're going to create, because one of my biggest thing was, it should have come with another display stand, so you could have had it without the lava thing. It could have just been on a little peg thing. I think they're going to do that, but with the lava bucket, potentially. And if they could be very kind, maybe very niche, I know.
I know what's coming and I'm here for it.
Do the fucking lava miner. Because that was one of my first 30th anniversary collection figures. I'm like, I must have got a lava miner. I need that one. My mum was like, Dan, why do you want a miner? And I'm like, because just look at him. He's a big boy and he's got a big old bucket and a grabby hand. I was happy. peeing shit with that figure because it's just I'd pause the film, it's like, I've got him, I've got that boy.
It's
And
like that
go
that
on.
fucking fire spray pilot as well.
Yeah.
I remember getting a comic book around that time, and it's either on the back of the comic book or an advertisement inside it, and it says a real blink and you'll miss him. Get the action figure now, and it was from the Saga collection. I was like, what?
I love those old adverts where they actually Hasbro used to take the piss out of themselves because they were like, "Yeah, you know that figure that you know that character that you saw behind this other
A
character,
horny senator, that one."
yeah,
Yeah.
They would have never got away with that now. But
Unreal.
those promotions
Oh man,
peak.
that's one of the things I'm so excited for the weekend is to see some of those 30th anniversary collection figures again.
Oh, you and me both,
baby.
mate.
Oh,
Just to round this one out so you can get to your number one, Steve, I gotta say, getting that Luke and Vader set, it's nice, but it's nowhere near as good as that SDCC one.
oh, it was
It's
never gonna be though, was it?
No, I know, but I think that speaks to it, you know. If something can make us feel all these things and bring all these memories to the forefront of discussion, I think, you know, certain individuals for a certain company did a bang up job.
Oh.
Oh, that's
I'd
saucy.
be down for that. I'd be down for that.
Just do it as a separate figure. I'd be more than happy with that.
Yeah.
They've done it in the past, they can do it again. For the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, release it on a 30th anniversary style card.
Oh my god.
Just for the flashbacks.
Jeez, don't tease me with a good time.
For the member berries and the nostalgia. Well, speaking of nostalgia, we'll get to my number one pick. I said earlier on in the stream that we didn't select a top 10 because we didn't want to be here for 3 hours, and we're at 2:49. So that worked out well, didn't it? My number one is none other than Dash Rendar.
Yes.
Come on now. I mean, I said it earlier on in the stream. From a purely objective standpoint, Anakin is the better figure. Right? He is. Because there's the hype, there's the execution, the weight, you know, everything's, you know, everything went in Anakin's favor. But for me, like I said, character selection has played the biggest part in what has made Black Series so damn good in 2025, and they don't come much better than this. You touched on it earlier, Dan, when you picked Prince Shizor. I felt the same way about Shizor as I felt about Dash, but Shizor always felt like maybe the more realistic of the lot to actually come out. If he was ever to be made, it felt like Shizor would be the one. Just based on what we'd seen in the Gaming Greats line and the from Legends characters prior, it felt like Shizor might have been a safe bet if they were to go down this route. But like I said, as soon as that product description leaked on Hasbro Pulse when Shizor went up, and we got that little blurb that said, also coming soon, Luke, Leia, and Dash Rendar. I was like, they're messing about. That's a typo. That's a typo. And for me, I know that like so many people have said, Sebulba and characters such like have been the ones that have opened the floodgates to endless possibilities in the Black Series line. And that is true. But for me, it's this guy. Yeah. This now means that nothing is off limits, because as someone mentioned in the chat earlier on, who, when this line started, would have been told, oh, we're going to get Shadows of the Empire figures in a few years' time in this line, you'd have scoffed at them and you just said, no, we're not. They're going to stick to the main media, movies, all that sort of stuff. We're not going to get deep dives like this. And then here he is. I can't believe I'm holding this in my hand. And spoiler alert for our top 5 of 2026, I'm going to say the exact same thing about Kyle Katarn. I can't believe I'm holding this in my hand because it's a deep cut, but from an objective standpoint, as an action figure, they couldn't have made this better if they tried. Could he have had a bit of a beard? That's subjective because there are so many artistic interpretations of Dash Rendar out there that no one is the same. You know, he's got so many different looks, and this is the one they opted to go with. And like I've said before, I would have much rather have the character represented on my shelf and it be, you know, maybe not the way I envisioned it, but at least he's there. And this is the perfect encapsulation of that for me. The fact that we have a Black Series 6-inch Dash Rendar figure in our collections that is this good. I mean, you know, the way that the armor's being cast in this like silver bolt gun plastic. Again, shameless plug for the channel. This is a review that's up there, so if you want to check it out, feel free to go and get my more in-depth and more articulate thoughts. But execution-wise, it's perfect. It's such a good figure of a character that we never thought we'd get. And that's why he takes number one, because not only is it a great figure, really well articulated, really well designed, painted, sculpted, reasonably accessorized. Again, it falls into that category of Rex. You know, could he have come with something else? Yeah. Did he need anything else? Probably not. He comes with everything he needs to. He looks how he should. I can't fault the design, but it's a character we never thought we'd get, and that's why he makes number one, because as good as Anakin is, everyone knows who Anakin Skywalker is. There's a fraction of people out there who know of Star Wars but know Dash Rendar is. So,
but now there are a whole host of people that didn't know who he was, and now they do.
But this is it.
Yep.
And this is what you touched on about in the stream we did with Hasbro, James, about like releasing these deep cut figures, releasing these deep dives. And for people who aren't familiar with the media, you see that figure, you think, that looks cool. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to find out more about that character.
Can't wait for 3 years' time when I finally get my Black Series nubs and everyone's like, who's this blue little dude?
Mate, if a Black Series Nubs figure comes out, we know that you made that happen. There is no
I'm coining
about
that
it.
one. Which is why it's never going to.
Well,
no fucker wants that but me.
If the Bulba and Dash Rendar have taught us anything, it's not to rule anything out and never say never. So, I don't know. I think...
Hey, man, I mean, it's going places, you know. There's a season 3 trailer and they've aged him up. Like, so he's like a big, hunky, fucking gorilla man looking thing, and it's awesome. Like, he grows into the... It's like he's like the Major League Football player Jedi now. It's great.
Oh, don't they grow up fast?
Yeah, man. Ah, dear.
But no, I mean, there's not a great deal I can say about this figure that I haven't already said in my review, because I really did gush over this one in my review, because it is just a figure that I never thought we'd see. It's as good as it possibly can be. And yeah, like I said, that's why it takes the number one spot for me. Anakin is great. Every figure in 2025, for the most part, has been great, but they're no Dash Rendar. So I'm just buzzing to see this figure. If I'd got the Shadows of the Empire 2-pack with Luke and Leia in time, I can't promise that Luke wouldn't have made the number one spot, because the fact that that was such a weird design in 1995 that has now been brought to life in 2025, it just blows my mind that they're touching base on this stuff. You know, it's such a callback. It's like a reward for being a fan.
Yeah.
For as long as you've been, because it's like, oh yeah, remember that figure from 30 years ago, that character from 30 years ago that you thought we'd forgot about? Yeah, we didn't forget. And, you know, getting that validation from Eric as well, who is a massive gaming fan, a massive Expanded Universe fan, who said, you know, all these Expanded Universe characters are on his radar. It's just about making it a reality. You know, this is why I'm not ruling anything out. I think we've got the right group of people at the helm steering the ship.
100%.
We've got the proof that we're eating good, and times are going to get better. I can't wait to see what the next 2 years hold. I
And
really can't.
what I would say off the back is as well, anyone who doesn't think that, they need to watch our live stream with the Hasbro team for
Absolutely.
confirmation, because
Yeah.
they're on it. I'm so excited for next year.
Yeah.
And
I've said
I
it.
think by the sounds of things, 2027 as well. So
Yeah, man.
I've said it
Yeah.
before, man. I'll say it again. And this isn't me bootlicking or anything like that, but
nah,
the connection between community and brand has never felt stronger.
100%.
And you know, I've never, as a collector, as a fan of this franchise, and as a purveyor of these little plastic men, I've never felt more listened to in terms of what I want and what I want to see. And for you guys out there who are watching, you know, if you've never ventured into the realm of content creation, now is the time to do it and get your voice heard.
Yeah.
You know, take part in Black Series Most Wanted. You know, get on that hype. Tell Hasbro what you want to see in the line, because they're taking notes. They're actually, the proof is in the chat. They're taking notes. They're listening to us, and if there's something you want, tell them,
Yeah.
because it works.
And even if you're doing it as a bit of fun, because that's all it is, it's toys at the end of the day.
Yep. That's
You
the
never
thing.
know. You never know. It could happen. I'm gunning for Nubs. I really want to see Nubs get made in the next 5 or 10 years.
This is the thing. The Nubs could be the Dash Rendar of 2035. God, remember that figure? Remember that show, that really retro show that used to be on Disney? Young Jedi Adventure.
I remember. That'll be us three.
When we're all grey and wrinkly and peeling over and not able to sit in a badly designed IKEA chair for 3 hours because
got an even longer beard than I've got now.
Bring it on. That's all I'm going to say. Bring it on. We're eating good. The meals are only going to get bigger and better. And yeah, Black Series is going in the right direction. I can't wait to see what the future holds. So
very exciting.
Yeah, great selection of picks, guys. I'm some inspired choices, as Courtney's Cantina has mentioned. Great picks all round, chaps. Banger year, absolutely. Mr. Stormtrooper Davies is still with us as well. Excellent selection of figures. Thank you very much. Cheers to everyone for tuning in. Before we wrap things up, just a quick little shout out to Rince, who became a YouTube member during the stream. Thank you very much for that, mate. Appreciate the support. If you're interested in joining the channel, there's a link down below. We'll be back on December 6th with another live stream. As I mentioned at the start, the silly season's on the way. Christmas is right around the corner, and so it only seems fitting to bring to you guys the Star Wars Toy Talk and Live Chat holiday special. I can't promise it's going to be better than the original, but we'll certainly try. We've got some really cool stuff lined up for that one. Dan has put together a bit of Star Wars trivia. He's going to be quizzing myself, James, and we're also going to have a special guest on the show as well. Tommy from Blitz Transmissions is going to be with us. So we've got a bit of a quiz to go on. So you guys are more than welcome to join in during the live chat. Obviously, with Tommy joining us, we're going to be touching base on Black Series Most Wanted. We'll probably go through our lists again. I know, James, you weren't with us when Dan and I talked about our choices on the Battle of Geonosis wish list.
Nice.
Yeah, it'd be cool to get your list for Most Wanted. And yeah, we're just going to have a good old festive time. We're going to be talking about all our favourite Christmas Star Wars memories from, you know, when we were kids, when we were big kids. We'll have the Christmas jumpers on. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. So make sure you join us for that one, December 6th. And yeah, like I said, this weekend, the three of us are off to Bunker for some Star Wars fun. And I dare say some content as well. So stay tuned for all of that. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. And we'll see you all soon. Until next time, guys, keep collecting. And may the Force be with you.
Force be with you. Bye. Keys.
Keys.